Regional reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Trump's heading back to Washington after his summit with China's President Xi. CBS's Ramy Inocencio.
Beijing is framing this summit as a stabilization of ties between the two countries. China saying that, or positioning that it met the U.S. on its soil, it matched the U.S., didn't back down on key issues. A message as much for his own people who are watching, but also a message to Trump that China feels confident enough to stand up on those key issues like Taiwan.
Sources tell CBS News the U.S. is moving to file criminal charges against former Cuban President Raul Castro. CBS's Nicole Skanga says the island nation's reeling over power cuts and fuel shortages.
A potential indictment comes as the U.S. increases pressure on Havana. The Trump administration has threatened heavy tariffs on any country that exports oil to Cuba, leading to energy shortages as oil shipments are largely cut off.
Now to Akron, Ohio, where a neighborhood's coming together the day after a small plane crashed into a house, touching off a fire.
We're going to support them however we need to. This is a great community of homes and people here, and we all come together if there's ever any need.
People inside that home got out okay. 2 people on the plane were killed. ICE has released the wife of an active duty U.S. Army soldier and Afghanistan war vet after a month-long detention. Her husband, Sergeant First Class Jose Serrano, tells CBS News.
We got to follow every instruction, go to every appointment, be on time, and continue working with my lawyers and see if at the end we can fix this situation with my wife.
Africa's top health agency has declared an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, reporting more than 200 cases and 65 deaths. CBS's Dr. Celine Gounder.
It's on the border with South Sudan and Uganda. You're dealing with gold miners, migrant workers, ADF militants in the area, which makes it harder for healthcare workers to do the contact tracing and the testing. So there are a lot of factors here that make this a pretty high-risk situation.
North America's largest commuter rail system could be hit by a strike this weekend.
5 unions representing half of the Long Island Railroad's workforce are set to go on strike a minute after midnight, barring a last-minute deal. The two sides have agreed on 9.5% pay raises over 3 years, but they're stuck on a 4th year. Union leader Kevin Sexton.
At this point, the parties are very far apart.
Russ Goldstein is one of the LIRR's 300,000 daily commuters.
It's going to cause mass hysteria. I mean, everyone's going to be rushing around. It's going to be terrible.
The two sides are holding more talks today. Michael Wallace, CBS News, New York.
The Dow is down 489. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
We have a manhunt underway in the Monroe area. But first, let's get a check on the roads right now. Federal Way to Seattle, it'll take you about 45 minutes right now. North End to Boeing, backed up into downtown Seattle. It'll take you at least an hour. And then there's a mile and a half backup on northbound 509 to the First Avenue South Bridge for unplanned construction. Puyallup to Renton's about 38 minutes. Linwood to Seattle about 48 minutes right now. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss 8 fireworks nights this season, presented by T-Mobile. The first show is May 29th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A search is underway for an inmate who escaped the Monroe Correctional Complex. The Department of Correction says Emmanuel Evans Kibble escaped just before 11 last night. Staff realized he was gone during a 3:30 a.m. count, triggering a full lockdown and search of the grounds. Kimball is serving time for a domestic violence assault. He may still be wearing state-issued gray sweats, a khaki jacket, and a black do-rag. Police and DOC are urging the public to stay alert. If you spot Kimball, do not approach. Call 911. His photo is up now on mynorthwest.com. The 31-year-old Bellevue man police say stabbed to death a University of Washington student Sunday has been held on $10 million bail. KIRO Newsradio's James Lynch was there and has this report.
According to court documents, the victim, identified as 19-year-old Michael Blessing, a transgender woman who went by the name Juniper, was stabbed more than 40 times in the head, neck, shoulders, arms, and hands. Here's Casey McNerthney with the King County Prosecutor's Office.
The judge, after hearing from both sides, found probable cause for the defendant's arrest on murder in the first degree with a deadly weapon enhancement.
We have not named the suspect because he has not yet been formally charged. Now, he turned himself in to the Bellevue Police Department. He was handed over to the Seattle Police Department and booked into the King County Jail. Prosecutors will make an official charging decision by early next week. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Covington man accused of harassing an endangered Hawaiian monk seal is heading back to Hawaii, this time to face federal charges. KIRO News Radio's John Rep has the story.
Wearing tan federal detention center clothing, Igor Litvinchuk sat quietly as a judge ordered him released on bond and to head to Hawaii to face federal charges after prosecutors say he threw a large rock at a monk seal. He could face a year behind bars and fines, but animal advocate Amanda Rosbert-Doss says
it's not enough. It is not enough. Clearly, this guy thinks he can buy himself out of any trouble, and there's zero consequence to people like him.
Court documents say Litvinchuk told eyewitnesses he was rich enough to pay any fines. John Rep, KIRO News Radio.
Starbucks is continuing a wave of corporate layoffs, announcing today it's cutting hundreds of support positions nationwide. According to the Seattle Times, the company says the reductions are part of a broader plan to streamline operations and refocus on store-level performance. Roles in marketing, product development, and technology are among those being cut. And for your KIRO News Radio weather, we're staying very cool today and tomorrow. This afternoon, there will be showers and sunbreaks with the possibility of a few isolated thunderstorms. Highs will only be in the 50s. Right now, it's about 48 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Never too much, never too much, never too much. Good morning, everybody. Happy Fresh Friday. See you on the Gee and Ursula Show. Nick, boy, do I owe you one for that one. Hey, appreciate all of y'all hanging out with us today. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. It is a Fresh Friday. It's also a Flex Friday. And we posted on the Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page the latest photos of us working out. I got to tell you, it's a struggle bus for me today. Why? Because I was motivated to try to, you told me, just do an additional day. And I had people texting me and sending me words of encouragement. So last night, even though I was like, do I need to do one more? I did one more.
Nice.
Have you been tempted to make an AI picture of yourself working out yet?
No.
No.
Nope. Nope. Because
that would be cheating. Chef.
Yeah. And that would also defeat the purpose.
Our brains work differently.
Yep. Agree. What's going on the show today?
Well, an invited graduation speaker for a college calls this generation coddled. Now, students at that school don't want him to speak there anymore. And my question coming up at 9:30 is, did this speaker have a point? Okay, text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
A 31-year-old Bellevue man is now behind bars accused of brutally murdering a 19-year-old University of Washington student inside the laundry room of the Nordheim Court Apartments on campus. Police say the suspect turned himself into Bellevue police late Wednesday night. He was accompanied apparently by his parents. The victim has now been identified as Juniper Blessing, a trans student who was majoring in atmospheric science, who was also active in music and philosophy. We asked SPD Chief Sean Barnes yesterday whether there is evidence that she was targeted because she is trans.
At this point, we have not determined if that was a reasoning for this crime. But the truth of the matter is, whenever someone from a vulnerable community is hurt, we should take a look at that and to see if that was one of the deciding factors.
Now, prosecutors say she was stabbed 40 times in the head, on the neck, her arms, her shoulders. A judge called the attack a horrific and brutal execution and set bail at $10 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is horrific and it's really sad. And I was trying to think about what would be another angle in which and how to talk about this. It would be, yes, we all would know, like, why did he do this? Why did this person do it? It's a person that lives in Bellevue, right? So allegedly, and why would he Why would he come over to Seattle and just target someone randomly in Seattle? Why would he do something like that? And then now, you know, you can kind of hear some of the talk and it's like, oh, well, he could potentially might have mental health issues and stuff like that. I just think that we throw mental health issues on serious, tragic, horrific event way too much, and we need to stop. Let me tell y'all something. I got mental health issues sometimes on a daily basis. A lot of you, maybe you have mental health. Like everything ain't great sometimes. Sometimes you just have a rough day. That doesn't mean you go out and do these kind of stuff. So it's more than just mental health.
Oh, God, yeah.
You attach other names to it, but the mental health thing that they do. So, Ursula, this is a really sad thing. I'm glad he's behind bars. And the $10 million, I will say this, $10 million, he's from the Bellevue area. That means if it's $10 million, he could probably bond out at $1 million. I hope that doesn't happen.
And there's a couple of things that have surfaced about his background and also what led up to this. So what we know now is that there was another woman, another student, who encountered the suspect just minutes before the murder. And she told police that he had followed her into that laundry room and claimed he was waiting for laundry and then left. Now, there was surveillance footage. And when we talked to Chief Barnes yesterday, he said that something that was very helpful were cameras, right? I mean, and so these private cameras, they later showed that Juniper walked into the laundry room alone, and police say the suspect then entered, looked directly into the camera, and then at some point the laundry room camera had been unplugged. And but there was enough evidence that his face was plastered everywhere, and police were asked, well, why did it take so long? The attack happened several days prior, and you didn't release his photo. I mean, and he's walking around, and he's this dangerous person. And the SPD says that we didn't want to put out the pictures there until we were for sure it was him and that he was the suspect. Otherwise, you have other issues. But it was actually the suspect's brother and a former school friend who identified him for police after SPD released the surveillance photos. The other thing that we are learning and was bouncing around all over social media was that the suspect had attended university prep, and he and his parents had sued that school in 2012, and the lawsuit alleged that he was bullied and harassed by other students, including racist and anti-gay slurs. And then in court records, he was described as disabled. And the suit claimed the bullying caused severe anxiety and stress. I say all that only to say that's in this history. And I almost guarantee you that it'll be brought up again in his defense. But what was carried out was absolutely horrific. And to hear the details, and Juniper, who by all accounts was this amazing person who had her future ahead of her, and she simply was at the wrong place at the wrong time trying to do her laundry when this happened.
Scary.
It is frightening and, quite frankly, disgusting. Okay, just days after the North Shore School District voted against renewing its school resource officer contract at Bothell High School, a student there was found with a kitchen knife on campus. So this incident, G, just happened yesterday inside the school building. Students there were moved to the commons area while the rest of campus stayed locked down in classrooms. Principal Kimberly Jensen says that knife was recovered during the school's response, and it was immediately turned over to police. And the student involved was later placed in the care of medical professionals and family members. So in the response, it was Bothell Police responded, district staff, and the school's campus safety team all were called. And the district is now emphasizing schools are still overwhelmingly safe, but as you can imagine, this is igniting or reigniting the debate over school security, especially because before the vote this week, Bothell High School was the only campus in the district with a dedicated armed SRO.
Yeah. A lot of times, a lot of us don't appreciate a smoke detector until there's smoke. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I find the topics that we're talking about, and one of the things, Ursula, that I'm starting to have a hard time with, I'm really starting to have a hard time with people's, I don't want to say agendas or the narratives they want to set. And, they want to just tell you, the schools are still safe. I mean, this is the first incident right now that we've had since they voted to keep the SRO officer out of the school. But we all know that what would you rather have? If there is a knife, just hypothetically, the people that study this in boardrooms that comes up with their thesis, if there is a knife incident in your child's school, and let's say you're like, I want to get the SR officer out, and the knife incident happens in your child's school, what would you rather have? Would you rather have someone inside of the school already, or would you rather have someone 5 to 10 minutes away?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I want someone on campus.
But the thing is, no-brainer. Ursula, I think even them would say, I would want somebody inside the school, but they make the opposite decision.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. Like most people would be like, I want somebody inside the school.
Money. I mean, some of it's money, some of it's we're listening to the people who say that the presence of this officer makes some students uncomfortable. You and I have landed on the same thing consistently on this, which is I think they're a good idea. I think they're a good investment.
And by the way, this is topic number 2. You just finished up topic number 1.
Yeah.
And topic number 1, how did they get video of the alleged suspect in the laundry thing?
Camera.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, that's another thing. And I'm glad Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes told us that he's coming back to the mayor with another proposal in terms of use of cameras during the World Cup and beyond that, because clearly there are stories frequently, it seems, that show how often cameras are basically a necessary tool to solve these crimes.
Well, I just don't think the mayor is all bought in on the public safety like she should be. We'll talk about this at 10 o'clock. This is also the same mayor that used to be defund the police. But there was something that came out this week that I kind of missed. And I'm going to bring that up on the show because if something really stands out like,
Okay, so we'll talk about that at 10.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to bring back the story of the guy from Covington who is accused of throwing a large rock at one of Hawaii's most beloved endangered monk seals. Well, he is now heading back to Honolulu to face federal charges. Prosecutors say 38-year-old Igor Litvinchuk hurled that rock at a seal known as Lonnie while he was vacationing in Maui earlier this month. And witnesses, as we were telling you yesterday, say he just brushed him off when he was confronted. He allegedly told him he didn't care, he was rich, and he was going to be rich enough to pay that fine. The cell phone video shows the rock barely missed that seal's head before it was able to get away. And what maybe Mr. Litvinchuk did not realize is that they are critically endangered and protected under federal law. Even if they weren't, what he was doing was wrong, right? Harassing seals can carry up to a year in prison and a $50,000 fine. So again, he is now being returned to Hawaii for a court hearing. But the reason I wanted to bring this up again, too, is because we talked about the state senator yesterday and the comments and commendation of the person who beat the heck out of him.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that was brought up is that Litvinchuk's home address, people who are so incensed about this story have posted his home address, his workplace address, basically what they call doxing, right?
Right.
And I was curious what you think of doxing.
I think the same as I thought, and there's a consistent pattern that I have when I talk about this. Every time we hear when something tragic happens, we hear tone down the rhetoric, right? Well, then you want to dox somebody? When I see some of these folks that don't agree with politicians and don't like politicians, they dox them. Here's the thing. I think doxing is better than violence. You know what I mean? If I had to say which one's which.
Yeah, but
still,
doxing can lead to violence. That's the
where
problem.
I was going.
Yeah.
That's where I was going. That's the problem. So, again, I don't suggest doxing because what happens when you dox, that person might not live by themselves. That person might have children that live there.
Yeah.
That person might have,
Yeah, you're exactly right. Now, I don't have issue with saying he works or he has this business. Or I'm not putting his personal address out there, but yeah, he has this business. I mean, if he did something horrific, he has this business. And this is his face, and I'm going to plaster a picture of his face. I don't have an issue with that. But I feel like putting an address there, your home address, is actually saying, hey, let's do something.
Yeah, business, okay. Well, work, that's okay. But this whole doxing thing is something.
And too often, it goes way too far. Okay. Seattle has spent more than a century trying and mostly failing to solve a very basic problem in Pioneer Square.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably can guess what this is. Where do you find a bathroom? Where can you go? So now, just ahead of the World Cup, the city is rolling out 4 new modular public restrooms in the neighborhood as part of a 1-year pilot program. These bathrooms are being provided by a startup called Throne. Okay, I love the idea of making more bathrooms available so people aren't just going out on the street, which is happening too often. But a cost of about $465,000 for the year? Is it just me, or does that seem high? Like close to $500,000. But the company says these aren't the crime magnets or maintenance disasters that Seattle has dealt with before. They say they're monitored, they're going to be monitored, they're going to be cleaned every dozen or so uses. And users will either text for access or use a tap card system. Okay, that's kind of unique.
I'm in favor for public restrooms. And
even at $500,000.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think that if it was $200,000, $400,000, I don't think that those listening actually know, well, this is what the price should be. So I don't even know. So, but whatever that case might be, I am all for that. But the one thing that really stands out to me is the name. The name is awesome.
The Throne?
Oh yeah. And whoever came up with that, I absolutely love the name. So we need more restrooms downtown.
Do you ever refer to it as the Throne? Because my dad used to always as like, I gotta go visit the Throne.
Yeah, no, I never. Well, great name. Great name. Are you with the restrooms?
They desperately need the restrooms, and I'm of the belief that we need more clean, maintained public restrooms in a lot of places because, okay, my sons live in Lower Queen Anne. The number of times that they tell me that they see human feces on the sidewalk is just, we need more bathrooms.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know your brain was going somewhere, and I know this is a topic that just makes you queasy.
Queasy. Hey, coming up at 9:47, it is Flex Fridays. We're going to be talking about that. Also at 9:47, guess what today is? National Water Safety Day, which is also wear your life jacket at work today. So if you're at work and you're wearing a life jacket, take a picture and send it in to the show. We would love to see you. But up next, NYU students object to a graduation speaker who called their generation coddled. Are college-age kids coddled? Let's answer that next. Gee Ursula.
Hi, everyone. Super Bowl champ Vernon Davis here from Legal Help Center. If you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. The call is free, the consultation is free, and you can speak with a live agent right now. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident of any kind, call now to find out if you have a case and how much you could potentially get.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-266-6200. That's 800-266-6200. 800-266-6200. Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Not available in California.
This is Congresswoman Marilyn Strickland. I'm working to lower costs, grow the middle class, keep us safe, and defend our freedom. I'm also here to help you with the IRS, Social Security, Medicare, the VA, passports, and more. We've recovered over $16 million for taxpayers and look forward to helping you. Call me at 360-459-8514 or visit strickland.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Hi, I'm Erica, the annuals buyer here at Sky Nursery. This May, stock up on beautiful quality annual plants, especially if Mom likes flowers. I'm adding a peachy orange begonia hanging basket for the shady side of my garden. I'm also excited for my patch of Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate to grow. And I've been planting dried flowers like straw flower and gomphrena, which you can keep as a bouquet year-round. So come on into Sky and see what you can grow. It's simpler than you think. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store. skynursery.com.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
I need an AC tune-up, and one room isn't comfortable.
We could do both. And if it's time to upgrade, get a free furnace with a qualifying cooling system. Plus, we help maximize rebates.
Get a tune-up or free estimate at cmheating.com. CMH EA HL751LW.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
get more baseball for your buck with Mariners Value Options. Tickets for less than $12 to select games all season, and the biggest ever value menu and beer lineup, featuring 36 items and available every game. Check it out at mariners.com/value.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to Markdowns for Miles at AutoZone.
Got any markdowns on oil?
We've got many markdowns on oil.
How about on that new STP Any Mileage?
You'll save $5 when you buy 5 quarts of STP Any Mileage with an oil filter and get up to 5,000 miles of protection.
Heck of a markdown for quite a lot of miles.
At AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Some people out there love to do things entirely on their own. Others ask for help and trust their resources. When involved in an auto accident, you've got the choice of dealing with insurance on your own or hiring an attorney. I'm joined in studio by Harold D. Carr. He represents Harold Carr Law Offices. Harold, what's one of the main reasons for seeking representation?
If you were to look at statistics, most people end up with a lot less recovery when they don't have a law firm representing them.
And why should they hire Harold Carr Law Offices?
We're not shy about bringing lawsuits. We do try to settle, and insurance companies know that. They know that we're fair in how we talk to them. The answer is really we are very professional. But we've had cases, big and small, where we've had to take it into litigation, and about 98% of those will settle in mediation, a lot more than the client originally expected.
Visit carlaw.com. That's carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call Carr.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump wrapped up his 2-day summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Trump spoke to reporters on Air Force One this morning about the topics they discussed. CBS's Olivia Rinaldi was there.
The president said they didn't discuss tariffs. That's notable because this was a trade war between the U.S. and China up until last fall when they announced a détente, essentially when they met in South Korea, about talking about these tariffs that at one point got up to over 150% on products coming from China to the U.S.
Xi told Trump that Taiwan is the most important issue at the U.S.-China relationship. A major staffing shakeup at the Seattle mayor's office after what Katie Wilson said was an honest internal reassessment. KIRO News Radio's John Repp has a closer look.
The Seattle Times reports Mayor Wilson's chief of staff, Kate Burnett-Cruiser, is moving to a special projects role, and Deputy Mayor Brian Surratt will take a greater role working with City Council. This comes after some public tension between the council and the mayor's office, especially as Wilson pushed aggressively to expand shelter beds. In a memo to staff, Wilson says it's normal for refinements to take place within a new administration. John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
Former Governor Christine Gregoire is blasting Olympia's strategy to balance the state's budget and generate revenue. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports she's accusing lawmakers and Governor Ferguson of leaning on tax hikes as a solution.
The highest estate tax in the country, a capital gains tax, and now a 9.9% income tax on millionaires. Christine Gregoire went after Democrats during a Q&A with the Association of Washington Business that claims 25% of businesses across the state are now thinking about leaving.
When they leave, they stop paying cap gains. When they leave, they stop giving significantly to philanthropy. So do you understand, do you see the consequences of what you're doing? And the answer is no.
Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Tacoma police honored 5 staff members at Foss High School for jumping into action during last month's stabbing spree that left 6 students injured. KIRO 7 TV was at yesterday's ceremony.
And while the circumstances were tragic, the response reminded us all of what community can look like.
The violence began when a 16-year-old student allegedly pulled a knife during a confrontation over a stolen vape pen. David McEachern is a special education support professional, and he stepped in.
It was just a natural reaction for me to break something up, to make sure everybody's safe.
The teen suspect is now facing multiple felony charges as the case moves through court. And for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, northbound I-5 has some heavy traffic right now. It'll take you about 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. Go up to Renton, 38 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, about 28 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. For your forecast, we're staying very cool today. This afternoon, we'll have some showers and even some sun breaks, but prepare for the possibility of a few isolated thunderstorms. Highs will only be in the 50s. Right now, it's about 49 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 9:33, and you are listening to the Gee and Ursula Show. Sure appreciate you hanging out with us. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO. Make sure you weigh on this one because right now, it's getting close to graduation season, and college students at New York University are protesting their own graduation speaker because he has said that their generation has been coddled. The speaker is social psychologist Jonathan Haidt. He is the co-author of the best-selling book, The Coddling of the American Mind. And in it, he argues that kids today have been raised to avoid any kind of discomfort instead of learning how to deal with it. He makes the point that we, as parents, will try to protect our kids from any kind of distress. And he also says schools have made it so that it blunts young people emotionally. It makes them more anxious, more fragile, and less equipped to handle disagreement or adversity. So in a letter to administrators, New York University students said they were not happy about this speaker who did not reflect their values, and that their big celebratory moment would be just one more instance of their generation being misunderstood. They also pointed to criticism of DEI efforts. Despite the complaints, the university is going to go ahead and have him be the commencement speaker.
Of course the university is going to keep having them coming in, because there's a lot of people who are Gen X, my generation and above, baby boomers, that do believe that the young generation is coddled. They do believe that this young generation is lazy and or entitled. In this case, the reason why they booed, they booed because they're really stressed. They're booed because this coddling conversation is coming from not just him, but anybody that represents and agrees with him. It comes from a generation that was able to have one income in a household and able to make $30,000, $40,000 a year and buy your house at $50,000 to $75,000. King County right now, as of last month, Ursula, is $850,000 is the median price of a house. I'm not saying this is where this is. My point is that what's happened today is the kids that are in school, in college right now, they did everything that they were told to do. They went to high school. They went to college. They stayed out of trouble. They did the right thing. They crossed T's. They dot I's. And when they get ready to come out of school, here's the reality. The reality is AI is taking jobs. Right. Of course, DEI comes up in the conversation, but there's a lot of kids that they know they're smart enough to understand that when they come out of college, the game and the math, this just doesn't math. The equation has changed. So that's why people say they're coddled.
Well, I reject this idea that this generation is lazy. This Gen Z doesn't know hard work. But I think there is a little bit of truth in that us as parents, and I'm going to include myself, that we maybe this pendulum. I know when I was a parent of young kids, I think the pendulum swung so far to the point of, oh my God, we need to micromanage. We need to make sure that they have all these different activities. We got to make sure that they've got the orange slices and all the perfect snacks during this, that, and the other. Oh my God, I'm going to make sure that my kid has XYZ and this number of play dates, and they're going to be in this, completely micromanaging every aspect of their lives. And then also when they have adversity, how many times do you hear teachers say the parents swoop in and don't let the kids face the consequences, instead of saying, hey, your kid is doing something wrong, and then the parent getting upset with the kid. Many parents, and I don't say all, but I'm saying there is this large group of parents who are going to swoop in and blame the teacher instead of taking care of what the student is doing.
Sure.
So, and I think that there is something to be said about when we as parents try to do everything for our kids. We try to be their best friend. We want them to have the perfect social life. We want them to go to the perfect college. We want them, it's imposing our wants on them. And you said it. They're doing everything that we told them to do. And now they're anxiety ridden. They, when they actually deal with some very serious adversity, they're paralyzed sometimes in fear. And again, this is speaking very generally, and this is just talking about some. Right. But I think I blame not the kids, but the parents.
It's weird. Maybe you're right. I just didn't see that. Maybe today's parents, maybe a lot of these parents, they do too much and try to do this for them and do this. So maybe that's our problem in society today. maybe that the parents only do that for their own kids. Because generally, right now, there's nobody looking out for these kids today. None of the adults today are looking out for kids. Nobody. As a matter of fact, here's the deal. You know what they tell kids if they aren't making enough money? Well, you need to save harder. You need to work harder. So if we could take what you just said, which I agree, maybe there are parents that maybe do too much.
Yeah.
I wish that we could do that and make that a general thing across the country. How about we coddle them? How about we coddle the next generation and make it easier for them to buy a house? How about we coddle the next generation and make it easier for them to have student loan debt be relieved? I wish we would coddle them. Let's do it.
Wait, the point you're making actually is that the older Gen X and Boomers actually were coddled in the financial environment that they grew up in. But when it comes to like the emotional, social issue of coddling, I think the problem was that a lot of older Gen X and Boomers were not taught how to deal with things. They were not protected from them like their kids were, but they also grew up with a lot of trauma because they were told, tough it out, no tears, deal with it. They then protected their kids. And hopefully, at least like with my kids, the pendulum swinging, we're saying, hey, you know what? Life sucks, but let's teach you some coping skills for when it sucks.
Yeah, the thing that I remember, I distinctly remember I was on a vacation and our oldest son called me and he was dealing with something and it was one episode where he made a mistake and he called and he said, I'm just not going to get into the school that I want to get into. And he just thought his whole world was crumbling because of one mistake. And it was, I guess at that moment I realized, man, we need as parents to do a better job of preparing them for the world, because one mistake is not going to unravel your whole life. You need to figure out how to deal with this one mistake and the lessons that you can learn in this one mistake. And I guess that's my point, is that we can't protect our kids and have them in a bubble. I hear what you're saying. I think this generation has it very, very difficult. That's why I will never say that they're lazy or they just need to pull themselves up by the bootstraps or whatever. I don't believe that. Mm-hmm. I think that this generation has incredible talent and understands so much of the world so much better than a lot of us do, people my age. Mm-hmm. But I think as parents, we might have tried to overcompensate for maybe something that happened in our childhood. Mm-hmm. I think I know that to be the fact in my own case.
Right. Yeah, that could be true. Hey, coming up next year on the Gee and Ursula Show, oh man, it's Flex Fridays. That's right. And also, it's National Water Safety Day. Somebody just said that, hey, G, if you wear your life jacket into work, you'll wear yours. You know what? I should have done that today. Anyway, we'll talk about that next. Gee and Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
The action is fierce, the energy is over the top, and it's a night you don't want to miss. It's Excite Fight Live MMA at Muckleshoot Casino Resort on Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m. See a full night of incredible combat when MMA fighters face off in the cage and turn the excitement all the way up. Get your tickets now at muckleshootcasino.com.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
The NBA playoffs are underway, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. You can also trade on who wins each series, the conference finals, and the championship. San Antonio is currently trading at 19% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out over $500 if they take the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code PASS to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, 6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Good morning to all of you. Oh, the 10 o'clock hour. Ooh, he is packed, especially at the top. Chris Sullivan, he's going to join us, talk about some things that's happening at the airport. Former Governor Christine Gregoire, ooh, she sounded off. She has some things to say about the Democrats. I'm sure that'll make a lot of people happy. And then there's some shakeup going on in the mayor's office, Seattle mayor's office, Katie Wilson. So we're doing that at 10 o'clock. But right now, let's get to it. I was excited. I woke up this morning and I said to myself, self,
loving you is the most important thing in the world.
Oh, you know what time it is. It is Flex Fridays here. Ursula, what's been going on? You know, this is, by the way, if you're just joining, every single Friday at 9:47, we check in and kind of see how you've been doing on the week. Did you work out a little bit this week? Did you do a little extra? Because this is something we're committed to all year long, all 2026. So if you're like, hey, I wish they'd stop, we'll stop in 2027. Ursula, what you got?
Okay, so you challenged me to go one additional day. I believe that's what it was. Because I said I was in a rut last week, and I said I barely get into I wasn't even going to the gym. I was just working out in my basement where I have a bike and I have weights and I have a step, which is great, you know, and I was using it 2 times a week. And I said, I've got to just go to the gym at least once or twice a week. I've got this membership. I have a husband who goes there regularly. So I did go. I went to the gym twice. Once was last night. And last night I was so exhausted. I have a little project that I do on the side, and sometimes it keeps me up. And I got home last night and I was like, man, I could just fall asleep right now. But no, I went ahead and went to the gym. And I told you yesterday that something happened when I stood on the scale. Since we started this whole thing, it's not dramatic, but I've lost 6 pounds, and I know it's just a scale and it's just a number, and I can't bank on that being the sole thing that I look at in terms of going in the right direction, but it felt good.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. I mean, you could have stepped on the scale and you were 6 pounds heavier.
True.
So that's a 12-pound swing, right? No, seriously.
True. Yeah, and
that's
it's
really
just,
good.
you know, at this stage of my life, it's going to go a lot slower than it seems. And I know that there are people listening right now who can relate to this. It seems like I have gained and lost the same 40 pounds at least 5 times in my life. So I need this to be... I've lost 25 of it. I need another 15. I need it to be the last time.
You know what? That's a very good one. I can relate to that. I think that I have lost the same 40 pounds. I just think I just got up under that 40 pounds just recently. But yeah, I can relate to that. When you've lost that about, let me see, for me, it's been about 2-3 times where you've lost it. And so that's what I didn't want to keep doing that. I'm just like, hey, let's do it. But hey, that is a very positive thing. I got to the gym. Been good. It's been great.
Oh, you've been going every day. And
twice a day.
You're twice a day.
So I get there at 5. And then my next one is at between 3:30, 4 o'clock.
So what are you doing in the gym? What's your routine?
Monday through Friday, it's a push, pull, legs split. So it'll be a push, whether it's any exercise that involves pushing, pull, any exercise that involves pulling, like back or biceps and things that pull. And then the next one is legs. And then day 4, it's all cardio that day. So it's just relax. And then I do the weights in the morning. And in the evening, afternoon, I just do cardio and core.
Did you just say that all cardio is just relax?
Well, it's not the wear and tear on your body.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I know, right? Because
I'm in a little different camp.
Hello.
But
Okay.
I think at our age, Ursula, and I think those listening, you guys can attest to this, you can't outwork a bad diet.
It's true.
So I've never really had a problem working out. I just have had a problem in the kitchen.
Yes.
And I would say what has helped me is 90% of my meals come from inside of my kitchen.
See, that's really good. I cannot say the same.
That's
that
helped
said, though, my portion control is very good right now.
Oh, there
so
you go.
that part, I think, is what is helping me, too. I need to jack up the workout. And I get it. It's not fun to hear someone else talking about their diet or their workout. But I just need to say one other thing. The number of people who are so encouraging, even right now on the text line and sending a message to me personally. Kyle in Maple Valley is one of those who he sent a message and just said, Ursula, if this is going to help you, I will give you my Peloton. I said no. And so thankful and for that beyond generous offer, but that someone would even care enough to, hey, if you're going to do this, I want to help in your journey to get healthy. I'm like, there are so many amazing people.
Yeah.
And so many of them listen to the show.
You know, if you're one of those people, and I have definitely been one of those people who's been annoyed hearing about someone else's workout.
Yes.
Maybe just take this as a challenge to do something to better yourself. Whether it's, your mental health or your physical health or changing a habit. I mean, I also used to get annoyed with the people who'd be like, oh, I'm doing dry January this year. And I've struggled with addiction my whole life. And so that was something that I got to change this year.
Yes.
And so find whatever it is for you that you need to work on and just take a step. Take a little step.
What you did and what you are doing is incredible. And you're going to share about that, right? I mean, people will have a chance.
Yeah, we'll have some more video up next
I just
week.
want to say also, talking about helping people, I know that people have reached out to you since you shared on Monday what you have gone through with recovery. And what you're doing is incredible.
We all need inspiration. And, I'm glad you guys have been part of inspiring me and a lot of folks out there.
Brother Nick, you still been running these days, though?
Oh, yeah. Been busy with the Rainiers the last every other week. But, sometimes I go home, that little hour or two I've got in between work, I'll go out there. It's been nice weather lately.
Come on.
Even when it's cool out, too.
There we go. It'd be cool when we do our last Flex Fridays at the end of the year. I would love for somebody to say, hey, since the whole year 2026, I'm down 12, or I'm down 15. Be a whole bunch of testimonials during that time. Hey, coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, former Governor Christine Gregoire had some hot comments for the Democrats here in Seattle. That'll get you coming back. Do that next. Gee and Ursula.
Gas prices keep climbing, but the cost to drive doesn't have to. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther on every tank with the confidence of all-wheel drive. From the all-electric Solterra to the Forester Hybrid with up to 35 miles per gallon, your stress-free shopping experience starts at Subaru of Puyallup. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and all the current pricing and financing specials, visit SubaruofPuyallup.com, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-213-5757. That's 800-213-5757.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle. This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. We're hearing from President Trump, who's on his way back to Washington after his summit in China.
The president says his talks with China's President Xi were very successful.
A lot of great trade deals, including over 200 planes from Boeing with a promise of 750 planes.
In addition, Trump says he discussed removal of what he calls the nuclear dust from Iran's nuclear sites.
The only one that can remove it is China or the U.S. We're the only ones with the equipment.
The president also said he made no commitment to President Xi on Taiwan, which China views as its own. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Now to southern Maine and what authorities describe as a mass casualty event at a lumber mill.
There's been a huge explosion. The silo just exploded.
That emergency call, courtesy of Broadcastify in Searsmont, Maine, the number of casualties not clear and the cause of that explosion is not known. Sources tell CBS News the U.S. is set to file criminal charges against Cuba's former leader, 94-year-old Raul Castro. CBS's Olivia Gazis.
It has to do with a 1996 shoot-down of civilian planes flown by a humanitarian group, Brothers to the Rescue, by Cuban fighter jets. It killed 4 people. For decades, the U.S. has maintained that those planes were illegally targeted in international airspace. The Cuban government argues it was defending its own sovereign airspace.
Tennessee Democrat Steve Cohen says he's ending his re-election campaign. His congressional district has been carved up by a GOP redistricting move. Overseas, there's an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. CBS's Dr. Celine Gounder is gathering information.
The Africa CDC has confirmed there are almost 250 suspected Ebola cases, 65 deaths in Ituri province, which is in eastern Congo. Only 20 of those cases have been tested, so they're just starting to get going with the testing. 13 of the 20, though, have tested positive, which is quite a high positivity rate.
U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro says a stepped-up effort will be aimed at reducing crime in the nation's capital with a focus on offenses carried out by young people. And she says parents could bear some responsibility.
If you drop your kid off and you fail to supervise them or you let them skip school to join the chaos, you are going to face fines, court-ordered classes, and possible jail time.
Starbucks says it's laying off 300 corporate employees and closing some American offices as part of its turnaround efforts. No coffee house employees are affected. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 434 points, the S&P down 7. This is CBS News.
Every Sunday, moderator Margaret Brennan goes face-to-face with top leaders to make you better informed. Face the Nation, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
A manhunt is underway in Monroe, but first, let's get a check on the roads. Northbound I-5, there's some heavy traffic. North end to Boeing, backed up into downtown Seattle. It'll take you about 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. Linwood to Seattle, about 36 minutes right now. Renton to Bellevue, about 25 minutes. And this traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio Desk.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A manhunt is underway in Monroe. The Department of Corrections says Samuel Evans Kimball escaped from the minimum security unit. This happened just before 11 last night. Staff realized he was gone during a 3:30 a.m. count, triggering a full lockdown and the search of the grounds. Kimball is serving time for a domestic violence assault. He He may be wearing a state-issued gray sweatpants, a khaki jacket, and a black do-rag. Police and DOC are urging the public to stay alert. If you spot Kimball, do not approach. Call 911. His photo is up now on mynorthwest.com. The 31-year-old Bellevue man police believe is responsible for brutally stabbing of a University of Washington student late Sunday night was in court yesterday in order to be held on $10 million bail. According to court documents, the victim, 19-year-old Juniper Blessing, a transgender woman, was stabbed more than 40 times in the head, neck, arms, and hands. The judge found probable cause for this arrest and on the first-degree murder charge with a deadly weapon enhancement. Here's Casey McNerthy with the King County Prosecutor's Office to explain the high bail.
The very concerning nature of the allegations and the concerns of a possible flight risk, even with the defendant turning himself in.
Formal charges are expected early next week. Meanwhile, a federal judge says a Covington man will be going back to Hawaii to face charges after he was arrested for throwing a large rock at a protected Hawaiian monk seal. KIRO News Radio's John Rep has the story.
Right after it happened, Igor Litvinchuk reportedly told eyewitnesses he was rich enough to pay any fines. But in Seattle federal court, he said very little as a judge told him to travel back to Hawaii to face 2 federal charges connected with the rock throwing at the monk seal, which outraged animal advocate Amanda Rosbrook Doss.
It was just innocently playing with a floating log in the water, hurting no one. And, it's disgusting.
He could face fines and a year behind bars if convicted. John Rep, KIRO News Radio.
The man arrested for fatally shooting a lake tap room worker has been charged with first-degree murder. 20-year-old Lucas Logan is being held on $2 million bail. He's scheduled for arraignment next week at 8:30. Logan is accused of killing a worker known as Q at the Growler Guys last weekend. And Seattle is getting ready for the World Cup, and apparently that means getting ready for everything. This includes where fans will go when they really got to go. Mayor Katie Wilson is holding a toilet paper ribbon cutting today to open brand new public bathrooms. The city is teaming up with Throne Labs to install 4 solar-powered self-contained restrooms in Pioneer Square and SoDo. City leaders say it's a small but important step toward clean, safe, and accessible bathrooms. And for your KIRO News Radio weather, we're staying very cool today. This afternoon we'll have some showers and sun breaks. Highs will only be in the 50s. Right now it's about 48 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
It is Fresh Fridays here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Grateful that you're hanging out with us today. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. Coming up at 10:30, so we've had a chance to talk a little bit about the Seahawks schedule, but did you know that they have the most amount of primetime games in franchise history? So we're going to get into that and what that all means for us here as we enjoy our Super Bowl champion Seahawks and the upcoming season. Text us. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
What's new at 10?
So have you ever gone to the airport only to find that you've been bumped because your flight was overbooked and yikes? So what are... I hate that sound. What are you supposed to do when the entire airport is overbooked by 27 million passengers? The reason we're mentioning this is because state planners now say the Puget Sound region could be short by nearly 30 million airline seats a year by 2050. And so we've asked Sully, our transportation expert, to look into this report and give us the scoop. Why are we suddenly looking at much higher numbers?
Well, it's nothing new. It's really as we project out into the future, realizing that we have very few airports in this region, and we have a region that people love coming to, and there really isn't anywhere to grow. And so the question becomes, how are we going to handle all the new passengers that are going to be coming through 2050? This is what they're looking at. And how are we going to accommodate them? Because SEA can only be so big. Payne Field can only handle so much. And Pierce County just voted down a proposal to potentially have a green site, a brand new airport in Pierce County to kind of handle a lot more in the south end. So with that as our kind of our backdrop, as people continue to go here, by the time 2050 rolls around, we're going to be about 27 million passenger capacity light in terms of our ability to be able to handle the people who want to come here or go there. And just a couple, something I want you to think, how big do you think SeaTac Airport is, SEA, in terms of acreage? Take a guess. How big do you think it is?
I'm
Okay.
not even close.
2,500 acres.
Okay.
It's 2,500 acres.
I was going to say
Do anybody have any
acres.
idea, know what that is? No. Either way.
No.
Denver, 34,000 acres.
Ooh.
You could put multiple SEAs inside of the footprint at Denver. We put our airport in a spot, and we're talking decades and decades ago, in a spot where it couldn't grow. And again, it's our topography. We have mountains, we have lakes, we have sound, we have ocean. And so we're constrained by our places to put things. And there isn't anywhere. I mean, even SEA is going to build a brand new terminal by 2032.
That was the part that got me, though, Chris, because even after they've finished this project, it's
Still
expected to be very short.
Still not enough. They're only adding 19 gates there. And again, people want to know, where are you going to put 19 gates at SEA right now? Where they're getting rid of the old Doug Fox parking lot right there next to the cemetery, just north of the cell phone lot. And they're redesigning that whole area, and they're moving all the, like the fire department, all the other things that are on the tarmac side of things, and they're going to be building right there. But again, that's as much as they could squeeze out of that 2,500 acres. There's just anywhere to go. And so even with that, they're going to be light. Even if Payne does go forward with building another terminal and getting up to 15 gates, that's, what is that, 35 gates total for our region? And people are still coming here and want to come here. People are moving here, at least according to the projections. We got nowhere to put them.
Well, and they're saying, you said some expansion at Paynefield, but Gee, in your neck of the woods, they said no thanks when the siting committee, which finally just said, well, we give up, right?
Yeah, so they give up. So from what you've heard, is there any more conversations about putting some type of band together to try to come up with a plan? Is there any rumblings of that? No,
nothing at this point. I know we have had, Gee, you know this better than most, we've had turnover in the executive's office in Pierce County. So maybe a fresh set of eyes at this. But let's face it, nobody wants an airport in their neighborhood. Think about the people in Edmonds who fought against 12 flights a day, commercial flights a day into Payne and barely got them. And I get it. Nobody wants to be in a flight path. I get it. But Payne was already handling all those Boeing flights. What's 12 more? But nobody wants it. So we're looking at places like Graham and Roy down in South Pierce County on the east side of JBLM.
Right. Which seems to make the most sense because you've got one in the north, you've got one in the middle.
This one would be hard. Well, the problem is it'd be hard to get there because there isn't the infrastructure for an airport that size to get there. But you think you want the opportunity. That's where our opportunity is. Now, if you want to be realistic, okay, maybe we beef up Moses Lake. But who in their right mind is going to Moses Lake from here to catch a flight to Vegas? Right?
Well, those folks.
We're building up Spokane.
The folks over in Eastern Washington would.
Oh, I agree.
That would be better for them because the folks there, they have to, they have to take a flight, flies into SCA, and then from SCA fly wherever they're going to go. It would be much easier for them to go that way.
They're driving half from going to Spokane to Moses Lake just to drop right there and then maybe catch some flights there. But that's our reality is we have to figure out where we can put this. We're constrained on this side. Now, obviously, putting it in southeast Pierce County comes with a lot of environmental issues. I mean, we've got Mount Rainier. We've got all the salmon stuff. We've got, there's some legitimate concerns.
What about near JBLM?
Well, again,
isn't there... All right, this is Glenn in Atlanta saying, isn't there a wide open airport right there in Olympia?
Well, in Olympia, but that's, again, more of a regional airport than JBLM. And again, with JBLM, you have a military site there that comes with its own sets of restrictions and airspace and things, and it's not like that's going away. Do you go down south of Olympia? Maybe, but at that point...
Like someone was saying, Chehalis, Centralia?
Well, at that point, you're driving to Portland, right? What's the point? Right? We have to make this convenient for people. We have to make it work for people.
Well, so where would it be convenient? Pierce County?
Somewhere in Pierce County. Build it up, build up Payne. Why not? I mean, I don't know. it's not convenient to put it on over in Kitsap. I mean, we're constrained. This is one of the first, when I first moved to traffic or transportation from being the general assignment reporter that you hired me to be.
Yes.
By the way, Ursula hired me in case you hadn't heard about that today. Was that I realized we are hosed by our topography. Right?
Yeah,
our mountains, the things that make this region so beautiful are the things that hamstring us from growing.
Right.
Because we can't go anywhere.
So knowing this, though, with the projected close to 30 million seats that don't exist, so then what? If there is no new airport, there's no reasonable or significant amount of expansion at Payne, there's nothing in Pierce County, Boeing Field is out. Then what?
Because Boeing Field takes, obviously they've got the plant there, but also that handles a lot of cargo. A lot of cargo goes to Boeing that doesn't end up at SEA.
So then, so basically you're hosed.
Yeah, you like my word? You like that word? It's a good word because we are.
Yes.
We're flying out of Vancouver, BC is pretty good.
A 4-hour wait.
You probably could be. Yeah, I mean, again, until we decide that this is a legitimate thing we need to tackle, which some people believe it is. Most of us believe it is. But, Pierce County did actually vote it down. Well, not the county, but the commission. The people, they said no, even though it technically is a WSDOT and a state decision. It's pretty clear they don't want it, and that's the place where it makes the most sense.
I'm just looking at the map right now, and there is an awful lot of green space just to the east of, Redmond, Sammamish. I'm sure they'd love having that on the east side, right?
Well, the problem with that is that you run into the mountains and you run into clearance. I mean, I'm not sure we want to put in a very difficult place to land and take off airplanes. Right? Why do you think Denver's so big? How do you think they got a 34,000-acre airport? Because there's nothing there. It's wide open. It's like Phoenix.
Mountains.
There's nothing. Well, away.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, they have a lot of wide, flat open
we don't have
space.
that. But no, I get what you're getting. I see where you're going, Chef. You want to, put it where the rich people are who don't want it. I get it.
Where the demand is.
Well, and again, that would be, if it makes sense there, maybe. I mean, I could see that north of Redmond, maybe heading to the foothills, possibly. Again, but you got to fight in Pierce. Imagine the fight you're going to get there. But something has to be done.
Something has to be done. So they're putting out this report to probably circle back and say, look, we need it somewhere. And it may have to be a place like Pierce County.
Yeah, it may have to be.
Yeah.
And again, we'll see how that goes. But we all know the Seattle process.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for how many years
it's the
now?
Pierce County process at this point. Sully, thank you.
I wish I had better news, but
it just means
long
waits.
It's going to be longer waits.
CTEP.
Yeah. Or as I said, British Columbia is a nice place to fly out of. It's only a 90-minute drive. Just throwing that out there. Yeah. Flights might be cheaper, too. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Let's talk about leadership. Thank you, Sully.
Oh, I thought you want to talk about me. I'm in leadership since I am here.
Yes. Have a great weekend. But let's talk about former Democratic Governor Christine Gregoire, because right now, she is publicly warning her own party that Democrats in Olympia are losing touch with the local business community. So she was speaking at an Association of Washington Business Summit in Vancouver, and the former governor said, too many lawmakers simply don't understand how businesses actually operate. And she warns that this attitude eventually is going to hurt workers and customers as well.
We have to explain things like sales tax on services you thought was a nice attack on big business. And here are the small businesses that have been tremendously adversely impacted, as well as the customers.
And she also argued that the Democrats in Olympia are focusing too heavily on taxes instead of confronting what she sees as the real issue, the rapidly growing cost of government services and programs.
I would suggest to you, we don't really have an income problem. We have a spending problem. And we're answering it by stacking one more tax, one more rule, one more regulation.
And regarding the millionaire's tax, Gregoire had another warning for her fellow Democrats. If the taxes climb too high, she says businesses and wealthier residents really might be leaving the state.
When they leave, they stop paying cap gains. When they leave, they stop giving significantly to philanthropy, which would otherwise be necessary by government. So do you understand, do you see the consequences of what you're doing? And the answer is no.
Now, supporters of the millionaire's tax, as you know, say the state needs this estimated $3 billion in new revenue, new taxes to keep up with education, health care, and social service costs.
We've said it here on this show. We kind of started talking about it when Eduardo Jordan was here on the show. Eduardo Jordan is a James Beard Award winner. He owns a few restaurants that have now since closed down. And he was on our show, and he was talking about how extremely hard it is for businesses in this state. Hence the reason he even told us that we would see a lot more restaurants can continue to close. I had Omari Salisbury on my show, Ursula, while you were gone, and we talked about that a lot. Talked about the businesses where the Democrats missed the mark on businesses here are just outrageous. The B&O tax, that tax hikes right there, that's been a thing. It, of course, has been the largest state, tax increase since October. So, yes, Christine Gregoire she's not wrong.
Speaking the truth.
When it comes to the Democrats.
Yeah, she is
on this topic.
Yes, and she points out that, yes, in this case, we really truly do have a spending problem. If you look, you can look at the track and look how much the operating budget has grown in years, and the answer has always been, the default is, let's tax them. Let's tax them. We're going to increase this tax. We're going to increase this tax. And, while I do think it's overblown, the number of businesses that are going to be leaving, she's right, too. You can't be cavalier about it and say, well, then go ahead and leave. You can't have an anti-business climate. I think that there does need to be more balance. And I also think that this, for me, is the reason I'll always go back to, I think that we are better served when we have a more balanced government. Mm-hmm. What was a snicker for?
No, sure, I agree. But I just want everyone to know that the reason why your gas, your groceries, and your energy, it's not the Democrats in this state the reason why that's a whammy. Tariffs right now have hit these businesses. So besides the B&O tax, the outrageous taxes that businesses have to pay.
Gas tax.
Also, got to put in gas tax. CCA, got to put that in there. But the reason why your number 3 expenses, gas, yes, the CCA is a big deal.
Or just our state gas tax.
But the Strait of Hormuz is closed, y'all. Yep. Like, that's the number one reason why you're paying $6. The reason why your energy is up, the light bills is diabolical. Your energy's up 50%. Because why? Because of what's going on the national level with what's happening there.
Double whammy.
And then, of course, your groceries are up outrageous.
Yeah.
Can I follow up on that? Because also what's hitting your energy bill is the fact that we're building data centers in the state for AI and for tech companies, and all of those data centers have a sales tax exemption. I take a little bit of umbrage at Christine Gregoire saying that the millionaire's tax is pushing people out, because who has always had it hard is small businesses. Yeah. That continues to be true. And poor people whose kids and grandkids and brothers and sisters have to leave the state because they can no longer afford to live here.
Yeah.
Boeing, Microsoft, Amazon have always had tax breaks. And the fact that you come out now and say, geez, if millionaires have to pay money, people are going to leave.
But that's not all. I don't think that's all you're saying.
We have a balance problem, sure. But why are you saying this now?
Yeah, because we have a budget that keeps on growing, and the spending keeps on happening, and they keep going back to and reverting to, let's tax them more. Let's just ask for more money. This is something that we've been saying on this show, and I think she nailed it. And she's not just focusing on the millionaire's tax.
Again, I started off this segment, and I actually said that she's not wrong. But I also want to remind, do you guys remember when you were kids and you would get in a car and your parents in the car, and then sometimes you would be listening to music, and then they would always play the same songs all the time. And you're like, man, I just heard this. Why do they keep playing the same songs? And then when I got into media, I learned that what happens is these radio stations, they play the hits, right? So they play the things that really gets people going. Christine Gregoire, yesterday, she plays the hits. A lot of commentaries out here, they're playing the hits. There's things that are being talked about because that right there drives most of the conversation. Doesn't mean it's not true. I agree with what Christine Gregoire said. She's not wrong. But I can guarantee you that if she were to speak for 2 hours and talked 1 hour about how the Democrats are messing up in this state and talked the next hour about how also why your costs are being driven up, nobody would talk about the second hour. They would only talk about the first hour because the first hour is the hits. Coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, we do scenarios in, the Seahawks right now. Man, the NFL basically said, this is the team. I mean, they are going to be on HBO's Hard Knocks. And wait till you hear how many primetime games they have this season. Coming up next, Gee Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
Renton police investigating a shooting that happened just after midnight.
Engaging conversation.
It's just indefensible. The mayor's communications team should be better.
Traffic.
A full closure now, southbound 509 at Alexander Avenue.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO Newsradio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO Newsradio, 97.3 FM.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
If you're over 62 and feel squeezed by rising monthly bills, listen carefully. I'm Steve Teitler, owner of Best Mortgage. Every week I talk with seniors who love their home, want to stay in it, but feel more financial pressure every month. Property taxes are adding up. Insurance is up. Everyday bills are up, and for some, they still have a mortgage payment on top of all of that. Are you worried about outliving your savings? A reverse mortgage could help by eliminating your mortgage payment, paying off debt, and giving you breathing room every month. Now, let me be clear, it's not right for everyone. But for the right person, it can be a powerful tool. When you call Best Mortgage for a free consultation, you'll talk directly with me. I'll explain your options and tell you honestly if it makes sense for your situation. If you're 62 or older and want straight answers about staying in your home with less financial stress, call me today, 425-649-6000. Best Mortgage, honest advice you can trust, 425-649-6000.
Let's talk for a real second here. It's G. Scott, by the way. Summer is supposed to be about sunshine and kids having fun, but when the kids are home all day, that grocery bill, it grows fast. That's why I want you to know about Sunbucks and why our friends at Safeway are helping get the word out. If your family qualifies, you could receive $120 per child to spend on groceries this summer, food in your cart, and a little less pressure on your budget. And let me be clear about something. There's no catch. There's no judgment. This program is simply about making sure kids have enough to eat when school is out. Here's the important part. Many families are enrolled automatically, and a card may already be headed your way. But some families do need to apply depending on income and where you live. So take a couple of minutes and check. Visit freesummermeals.org. That's freesummermeals.org. Safeway, looking out for families this summer.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. but they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise, there's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Home Comfort Alliance, a Carrier factory authorized dealer delivering efficiency, reliability, and quiet performance every time. John Curley here. Upgrade to Carrier cooling and get a heating system free. Use their 60-second price estimator at homecomfortalliance.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. President Trump is making his way back to the White House after what he says was a successful summit with Chinese President Xi Jinping.
The president says his talks with China's President Xi were very successful.
A lot of great trade deals, including over 200 planes from Boeing with a promise of 750 planes.
In addition, Trump says he discussed removal of what he calls the nuclear dust from Iran's nuclear sites.
The only one that can remove it is China or the U.S. We're the only ones with the equipment.
The president also said he made no commitment to President Xi on Taiwan, which China views as its own. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
Starbucks is cutting hundreds of corporate support roles across the U.S. According to Seattle Times, Starbucks announced today it plans to lay off 300 workers. The news comes less than a week after the company let go 61 corporate employees as a result of reorg in its technology department, according to a state filing. The company says the layoffs affect workers in marketing, product, technology, and other support teams. Retail store employees and baristas are not a part of the cuts. The man randomly attacked with a hammer in downtown Seattle is awake after being unconscious in the hospital for more than a week. Seattle police say 34-year-old George Miller was hit more than a dozen times with a hammer.
KIRO 7 first spoke with his mother on Tuesday. Yesterday, she tells us that he woke up in pain but can't eat or drink and has memory issues as well as hearing loss. On top of that, he's still on a feeding tube. But, of course, his mom tells us that she is just happy her son is alive. Wilson's attacker has not been caught. Anyone with information is asked to call Seattle police.
That was KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun reporting. Meanwhile, Tacoma police honored Foss High School staff members Thursday, calling their actions heroic during a knife attack that injured 6 people last month. KIRO 7 TV's Jack Bilyeu reports.
A nurse was given a certificate of merit for providing medical aid to a student with a collapsed lung.
All of them are just humble heroes. They all say that they were just doing their job.
Mike Rupert, Director of Safety and Security for Tacoma Public Schools, says the employees handled the situation perfectly. In an exclusive interview with KIRO 7, he said the districts made efforts to improve safety, but he believes this incident was unavoidable.
We've taken those steps, and it still happened, right? So we just continue to train. We continue to learn.
He told KIRO 7 the district has a strong relationship with first responders, and that made a difference that day.
For your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, northbound I-5, still some heavy traffic there. It'll take you about 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. Puyallup to Renton, 38 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, 36. Renton to Bellevue, about 25 minutes right now. This traffic report is brought to you by KIRO News Radio. For your weather, we're staying cool today, this afternoon. Some showers and a few sun breaks. Highs will only be in the 50s. Right now, it's about 48 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show. It is a fresh Friday. We sure appreciate you hanging out with us. The NFL schedule is out, and the Seahawks, our Super Bowl champion Hawks, are going to have a franchise record 6 primetime games. And I know you're especially excited about this, Gee.
Yeah. The first thing I'm excited about is the schedule dropped at 5 p.m. and the rest of the evening I was able to plan my life the rest of the year. I was able to see when I was going to go on vacation, but doesn't even look like it's any vacations because there's a home game that's right here on Christmas Day, December 25th, against the Los Angeles Rams. That's going to be happening. But I'm excited about the schedule. The Seahawks are going to be they're going to be playing in 7 primetime games. That's the most in Seahawks franchise history. 5 of those games are going to be at home. They play 9 games at home this season, 8 games on the road. As you all know, they don't play 16 games anymore in the regular season. They play 17. 5 of the 9 at home are primetime games. So that could be a Monday night game, that could be a Thursday night game, or that could be a Sunday night game. By the way, text in your favorite primetime game. Do you like Monday night, Thursday night, or Sunday night games? What's your favorite? I was super excited about that. Also, the excitement right now is, it's a rematch of the Super Bowl. The New England Patriots are coming to town. Week 1, they'll be playing against them. Overall, Ursula, I'll say this. The schedule itself, it's a tough one. Not by the way it's structured, just by the teams that they play. They play a very significant, they play a tough schedule because there's some tough teams on that schedule.
Well, wouldn't you expect that, though, being Super Bowl champs, that A, you're going to have more primetime games, and B, you're going to have the toughest opponents? Everyone wants to take a shot at you.
Yeah, well, this year lines up where the Seahawks are their outside division, the outside of the conference. They're playing the AFC West, which is kind of a tough division. It's got the Chiefs in it. It's got the Chargers in it. It's got the Broncos in it, right? Those 3 teams. And then the Raiders are always going to be the Raiders, whatever that is. I know there's Raider fans out there. So you have that. And then you have some other games. You got the Bears this season. You got the Dallas Cowboys coming into town. And you got them traveling to the Commanders. So kind of a tough schedule. Go ahead.
Well, I was curious because you said, what's your favorite night for a football game? Mine happens to be Monday night football.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night football, for me, it's right up there with 60 Minutes and just the reminder of, oh, my God, I've got the next week of work and it's just starting. Not that I don't love my work, but it's just this idea of, oh, my gosh, I'm going back into work and I've got a full long week. Monday, it kind of takes the sting out of Monday.
Well, everybody has, it's subjective, as far as which one's your favorite. I can understand that. For me, it's not even close. It's Sunday night, it's not close.
Oh, wow.
Sunday night is the best game. So people might say you have to work. I'm like, yeah, but Monday night game, you went to work, and then now you have to, right? You already worked earlier. Yes. Now you got to keep going. Thursday night game, you worked. Now you got to keep going. So you've already worked. You didn't relax into that. Sunday night game. Oh, another thing. Monday night game, Thursday night game, chances are you might not have a family get-together. It might be hit or miss.
Yeah.
Sunday night game, there's a great possibility of the 3 that you're going to probably have family over for a Sunday night game. Mm-hmm. So Sunday wins for me.
Well, what about a Christmas Day game? How are you feeling about that? Because this is the first time ever?
Well, starts at 5:15. So that means that probably I'm going to have to be there around, 12 o'clock. So that means my Christmas is going to have to be opening up gifts early in the morning and then I'll see you later. And I'm headed to the stadium. So that'll be happening. So
okay, if you weren't working for the Seahawks and having that, would you like to have a game on Christmas Day?
Yes. Yes. I'm super excited about a game on Christmas. By the way, the NFL is ruthless. This NBA used to really own Christmas Day. Now the NFL is just taking it over. It's cold-blooded. But I'm super excited. It's going to be the Rams. Rams coming to town the last time. The one thing about the Seahawks they're consistent at, they're consistently messing up Sean McVay, head coach of the Rams. They're messing up his holidays. And so I can't wait for the Seahawks to mess up his Christmas.
I'm sorry, I have to go back to this, but you get to the stadium 5 hours before the game.
Usually 6.
6 hours
Wait, no,
before the
5.
game.
No, 5.5. Yeah, 5.5.
Can you take us like behind the scenes of like what that looks like and what it takes to prep the stadium and all the crew and everyone for an NFL game? Because that's something that none of us get to see.
Well, one thing about the NFL, when you guys see the game start, it's live. There's no like, okay, can we start that over? No, even all the way to the national anthem, right? The national anthem is timed. It has to be done. The amazing Seahawk dancers that are out there, those everything's timed. So what you have happen early is a lot of
dress rehearsal,
walkthroughs, run-throughs,
yes.
rehearsals, all that kind of stuff. Oh, let's do it again.
Because it doesn't just magically happen at game time.
Right. And by the way, I'll share this with you guys. If in rehearsals, and I go through my old script and everything, because I memorize a lot of it.
Yeah.
So if I go through my script, and if in rehearsal I nail it, I would rather do it again and purposely mess up.
Oh.
Why?
I don't like to nail it in rehearsals.
Because you're feeling like...
Because I don't want my best to be in rehearsals. The beauty is by the time I get down onto the field, I've already done a lot of fan engagement down there at Ticketmaster Tailgate. So I've talked a lot.
Yes.
It's kind of like doing this show, right? When we first start, the 9 o'clock hour, we're just kind of getting started. By the time 11:30, 12 o'clock comes, we're warmed up. Well, by the time I get on the field, there at like 1-something down the middle of the field, I'm warmed up.
Yeah.
Good.
Now, how many years have you been doing it for the Seahawks?
This will be 11.
Okay, so take us back. It's 11th year. It's old hat for you. You're used to it. You can memorize the script, pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But going back to year one when you were first asked to do this.
Oh, I should post that. So imagine going out there, you got the script, it's your first time ever. Now, when you're talking regular, when you talk, the speed of sound is normal, right? Mm-hmm. But when you're talking in the stadium, you're like, hey, and then you hear, hey.
Oh, man.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey. So that was the first time I had ever done that.
Echo.
So the echo was killing me, and a script that would probably take 60 seconds to go through probably took me 22 seconds because everything was going so fast because you think any dead airspace. So, yeah, I was real scared. But the coolest thing about that question is the person that was so excited, that was like, take me through it. Tell me, what did it feel like when you walk onto the field? Tell me all that. Man, my dad talked to me for about 2 hours.
Yes.
And I kept telling him the same thing over and over and over again. Man, I was only out there for a minute. I was only out there for a minute. So,
how cool.
Anyways,
did he ever get to see you in person there?
No, he didn't. He didn't get to see that. But he planned to. He was going to retire. That was the plan. Hey, but the Seahawks, is there any game that you're looking forward to seeing?
Yeah,
anybody?
Of course.
What's that?
The Chiefs.
Oh, there you go.
Why is that, Ursula?
Hopefully he's back.
Because I think it's, I was going to say.
Hopefully Mahomes is back by then.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And then Travis Kelce has not retired yet, right?
No.
This might be his last year.
Could be, yeah.
We could have a Taylor sighting, and they could be married by then. They will be married.
Still going to pay out that bet?
You know what's crazy?
Oh, yeah. It's happening.
I haven't heard a Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift story in a long time.
A
year.
Yeah,
a long time.
Thankfully. Jeez.
Jeez, Nick.
Wow.
Hey, coming up next here on the Gee Ursula Show, guess what time it is? Yep. Time to judge other people's lives. Do that next. Scenarios. Gee Ursula.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Whether you're hiking or you like to go camping on weekends, or maybe you love doing those mountain drives, this is truly Subaru country. And Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealership with more than 800 Subarus in stock right now. So you will have the very best selection. From the fuel-saving Crosstrek and Forester hybrids to the all-electric Solterra, plus the brand new Uncharted and Trailseeker EVs with 0% APR for 72 months. I've told you that I am a repeat customer at Carter Subaru. I love their customer service. I love the fact that they're invested in our community, and they truly treat their customers like family. And at Carter Subaru, again, you have the best selection. Carter Subaru is in Ballard, Shoreline, or online at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 5/31/26.
Held over due to popular demand. This is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I want to do.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
Let's get to it. Scenarios.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
I think my best friend is stealing from me. Small stuff at first. A bracelet here. $20 off the counter there. I told myself, I must be misplacing things. Then last week, I set up a camera in my house because something just felt a little off. I have them in my living room and I have them in my bedroom. I watched her go through my jewelry box while I was in the shower. She took my grandmother's ring. Same ring she helped me cry over when my grandma even passed away 2 years ago. We've been best friends since the 6th grade. What do I do? 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you up to bat first.
You have to say something. You suspected it. You wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, but now you have proof. It's on camera. And this might be something that is part of a deeper problem, something, who knows what is going on, but you need to say something. I mean, I don't know any way around that. You can't ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
You said this is your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Your best friend should not be stealing from you.
Right.
And I think just based on the little bit of information we were given, it sounded like she had enough reason to look at a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever had something stolen from you from either a family member or someone you thought was a friend or like... I'm asking this because it happened to me. It was the friend of my sister. So she was younger than me, and she stole a gym outfit that, I used my babysitting money to buy this thing. And suddenly I see her wearing it. She was claiming that and I was like, it's missing. Well, her theft became bigger and bigger crimes. She is in prison today.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I mean, it could be the starting of something small, and I don't mean to bring up such a dramatic thing, but you confronting her could mean the difference between that kind of thing escalating.
Yeah. I think what happens is that, sometimes these scenarios come in and we say things like, man, this is my best friend, right? I just want you to know that's not your best friend.
No.
No, that's cooked. It's like an NFL player, right? Like maybe they're a Seahawk, and maybe they were a Seahawk. They were a Seahawk for like 6 years, and then after that, they stopped being a Seahawk. That's how friends can be. Sometimes it could be your best friend for about 5 years, and you guys been friends since 6th grade, and then all of a sudden they start stealing from you. And so some people would say, hey, what should you do? What I would tell you to do?
Yeah.
Cut them off.
But would you say something? Because I think you need to say something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You say something, and then
definitely
be like,
get your grandma's ring back.
Yeah, get the ring back and show her the evidence of the camera. It's like, hey, can you explain this? What's happening here? And a whole lot may come out. You may find out maybe she's got a drug thing. Maybe she's got, or she's just a klepto.
Got a pathological issue.
Exactly. There's some deep-seated issues there, but you need to nip it. It's already gone on too long. You need to confront her.
Yeah, by the way, as far as stealing from me, I've had way more family steal from me than strangers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let that one sink in. Maybe you can relate. Maybe some of you guys can relate to that. I've had more family steal from me than strangers.
That is so hurtful. I've had that happen too. When my brother was addicted.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they do things that you would never imagine a blood-related person to do, and it's hurtful.
Glad you said blood-related. Always remember, y'all know the saying: blood makes you related, but not family. Chef, what do you got?
Yeah, it's not that hard. You can have empathy for whatever someone's issue with, and still decide that you don't need to have or you shouldn't have contact with them, right? Like you can have the conversation. Tell me what's going on in your life. Here's the evidence. I want my ring back, but I'm done talking to you. And if you want to decide years down the road you're going to reconcile in some sort of way, that's fine. Just don't do it now. Give it some time. Make your distance. Give yourself some peace, and hopefully they'll find themselves. But you can't do it for them.
Yeah. Tyson from the 808. Everyone you're a friend to is not a friend to you. True words.
Tyson, come on.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
And Brenton Belfair says, even friends need to be held accountable. Absolutely.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, in a business, if you own a business right now, if you own a business or you have owned a business, would you go 5 or 10 years before you do an audit? No. You would audit very regular. That's what you need to do with your friends. Sometimes you got to audit folks. Nick, what you got, man?
Well, sure. We maybe gave a pass before with sampling at the grocery store, taking a grape here, or maybe some candy there, but this is a completely different situation of taking valued possessions, not just from a retailer this time, but somebody you've allegedly close with being a close friend. And no matter what it comes off of as a violation, it's a privacy of trust. That's what the vibe you're getting. Even if the other side is thinking it's just a small thing here and a bit there that you don't think she'll ever even notice. Unless she fesses up herself, or at least when you ask questions, I feel like you maybe got to cut her out of your life before she takes an inch of your goodwill and goes 15 miles after taking your grandma's Julie, for crying out loud.
It's a good one, Nick. Here's my last question on the scenarios. If a best friend, who obviously we have come to the conclusion that that person really isn't best friend material anymore. Here's my question. If a best friend steals from you, can that friendship recover? That's the question. What do you guys got? Text in. If a best friend steals from you, can that friendship recover? Ursula?
If it turns out that best friend had a drug addiction, something explicable, and got the treatment for it and really showed remorse and made it right, I would be open to it. That said, that would be a big maybe open to it. How about you? Nope.
Cooked. Nick, you?
I think I'd have to cut him off, yeah. I think no matter what the circumstances, it's like, you can't do that to your friends.
Chef, you?
Depends, man.
Yep.
I've done my share of hurting in my life. You know?
Yeah. No, I'm not perfect. Hey, coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show. Oh, my goodness. It's 11 o'clock, and are we going to be talking about what's going on in the mayor's office? We'll get 11 o'clock. Yeah, let's talk about that. There's a little bit of a shakeup there in the mayor of Seattle, Katie Wilson's office. We'll do that next. Gee and Ursula.
Have something to say? We'd love to hear it. Text KIRO News Radio at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Digging in my yard, trying to lay a pipe. I hit a water line, and now I have to pay a big fine. I should have called 811.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition too. It's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
This May, stock up on beautiful annual plants from Sky Nursery, especially if Mom likes flowers. A hanging basket for a shady spot, a patch of Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate, or straw flowers to keep in a year-round dried bouquet. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store. SkyNursery.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump describes his trip to China as an amazing time. CBS's Linda Kenyon has more.
The president says he and China's President Xi had wide-ranging discussions.
We talked about Taiwan. We talked about Iran a lot.
Speaking to reporters on Air Force One while flying back to the U.S., Trump said Xi made his views known on Taiwan.
He does not want to see a fight for independence because that would be a very strong confrontation.
On Iran, the president said his Chinese counterpart fully agreed.
They cannot have a nuclear weapon, and he wants them to open up the strait.
Adding he doesn't need Xi to pressure Iran, saying he's not asking for favors. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
A mass casualty response is underway after an explosion at a lumber mill in Searsmont, Maine. The call on Broadcastify.
Multiple firefighters injured after explosion, burn injuries.
WABI TV's Brian Sullivan.
You've got state police, you've got just about every law enforcement agency in the area here going to and from the scene. We were passed by multiple different fire departments trying to help, do whatever they can. It has been confirmed this is a mass casualty incident. We don't have any information beyond that.
Harvey Weinstein's rape retrial has ended in a mistrial. The jury deadlocked. The former Hollywood mogul has been convicted of other sex crimes on 2 U.S. coasts and remains behind bars. But the mistrial leaves the New York rape charge in limbo after 3 trials. A majority male Manhattan jury weighed whether the former movie mogul raped a woman in a New York hotel in 2013. Another deadly virus outbreak, this time in Africa, where the top health agency has declared an Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. At least 250 cases and 65 deaths reported. More from CBS News medical correspondent Dr. Celine Gounder.
The cases are concentrated in Mongwalu, which is a gold mining town near the city of Bunia. This is Congo's 17th Ebola outbreak, and this is coming just 5 months after they declared an end to their last Ebola outbreak.
3 decades after 2 civilian planes were shot down by Cuba, U.S. officials familiar with the matter tell CBS News the Justice Department is taking steps to indict former Cuban President Raul Castro in connection with that event. CBS's Nicole Skanga.
A potential indictment comes as the U.S. increases pressure on Havana. The Trump administration has threatened heavy tariffs on any country that exports oil to Cuba, leading to energy shortages as oil shipments are largely cut off.
Castro is 94 years old, but still widely considered the most powerful person in Cuba. Stocks are down on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
A prison break in Monroe, but first, let's check the roads at the KIRO News Radio real-time traffic desk. Fuel up to Renton, 30 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, about 25 right now. Northbound I-5, lots of heavy traffic. Linwood to Seattle, about 36 minutes. It'll take you 45 minutes from Federal Way to Seattle. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss 8 fireworks nights this season, presented by T-Mobile. The first show is May 29th. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. We've been following a prison break in Snohomish County this morning. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch reports.
A manhunt is underway here in Monroe after the Department of Corrections says that Samuel Evans Kimball escaped from the minimum security unit. Now, that escape happened just before 11 last night. The staff realized he was gone during a 3 a.m. count, triggering a full lockdown and a search of the grounds. Now, Kimball is serving time for domestic violence assault. He may still be wearing state-issued gray sweatpants, a khaki jacket, and a black do-rag. Police and the DOC are urging the public to stay alert, and if you see Kimball, don't approach him. Call 911.
The 31-year-old Bellevue man police say stabbed to death a University of Washington student Sunday has been held on $10 million bail. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has the report.
According to court documents, the victim, identified as 19-year-old Michael Blessing, a transgender woman who went by the name Juniper, was stabbed more than 40 times in the head, neck, shoulders, arms, and hands. Here's Casey McNurthney with the King County Prosecutor's Office.
The judge, after hearing from both sides, found probable cause for the defendant's arrest on murder in the first degree with a deadly weapon enhancement.
We have not named the suspect because he has not yet been formally charged. Now, he turned himself in to the Bellevue Police Department. He was handed over to the Seattle Police Department and booked into the King County Jail. Prosecutors will make an official charging decision by early next week. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
The Covington man accused of harassing an endangered Hawaiian monk seal is heading back to Hawaii, this time to face federal charges. Here's KIRO News Radio's John Repp.
Wearing tan federal detention center clothing, Igor Litvinchuk sat quietly as a judge ordered him released on bond and to head to Hawaii to face federal charges after prosecutors say he threw a large rock at a monk seal. He could face a year behind bars and fines, but animal advocate Amanda Rosbrook-Doss says
it's not enough. It is not enough. Clearly, this guy thinks he can buy himself out of any trouble, and there's zero consequence to people like him.
Court documents say Litvinchuk told eyewitnesses he was rich enough to pay any fines. John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
For your KIRO News Radio weather, we're staying very cool today and tomorrow. This afternoon, there'll be showers and a few sun breaks. Highs will only be in the 50s. Right now, it's about 48 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Fresh Fridays to all of you. Hope you're having a great Friday. Appreciate you hanging out with the show today. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. I did notice that at the beginning of the show today, you did not say that the sun was peaking. And in fact, don't you feel like we just plunged back into winter today?
Did.
I'm kind of wearing my wintry outfit right now.
Yeah.
And Katrina has a vest and a sweater.
Yep.
And you've got a jacket. Mm-hmm. And we were close to 80 degrees, right?
Man, it was also close.
And then now we're in the 50s.
But
it's almost like it's Denver.
But sunset today is at 8:39 p.m.
Okay, and I'm loving that. I am loving that so much. Coming up at 11:30. Mm-hmm. Do you trust your backup camera in your car?
Okay.
Or are you like me and you still look every which way, even with the backup camera?
Right.
Okay, that's one of the things we'll talk about coming up at 11:30. We'll have some fun with that. Text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Top stories at 11.
On the Gee and Ursula Show.
Well, it didn't take very long before a major shakeup at Seattle City Hall. And this comes after apparently the mayor, Katie Wilson, has some pretty chilly relations with members of the city council. So this is a story in the Seattle Times. Katie Wilson is now moving her chief of staff and longtime friend, Kate Brunette-Kreutzer, into a new special projects role while bringing in City Hall veteran Esther Handy. There's going to be a bunch of names here as the interim chief of staff. She's also putting a deputy mayor in charge of council relations. And that's notable because this particular deputy mayor has a reputation as somebody that the council members actually like and trust. So apparently, this comes after there has been just simmering, or maybe not so simmering, tensions between the mayor's office and city council members. And then it all came to a head when Mayor Wilson made this push to dramatically expand homeless shelter capacity. Council members were hacked off because they felt like they were blindsided, they were pressured and cut out of the process. Council President Joy Hollingsworth, who we've had several times on the show, was even publicly criticizing the mayor's office, their communication style, which she didn't appreciate.
Yeah. You said it, and there's trouble on the horizon. There is a line in the sand. There is definitely some turbulence. There's definitely some, the mayor's office, the 7th floor and the 2nd floor in City Hall are not on the same page. And when I say the 7th floor is mayor's office, 2nd floor is city council. They are not on the same page. Not only is it just bad communication, the number one word, remember this word, arrogance. Arrogance is the number one reason why there's a problem. Imagine you at work right now and somebody comes to your job and they just started working. They come, they just started.
And they think they know it all?
Not only are they not good at their job, not only are they way over their skis, but they got the audacity to be arrogant about it. And some of the same people, some of the same people that was all in support for you to get the job are now seeing your arrogance. Oops. That's what's happening. But it was something that happened this week, Ursula, and I'm telling you, it slipped right past me and you. Bob Kettle.
Council member.
He is the
represents downtown.
Yeah. He's the public safety chair. And he put something in writing that I just not noticing. He came out with this little deal right now, and he put in writing that he wants 1,250 officers by the end of the year.
Oh,
here in Seattle.
Okay.
Right? 1,250. He's praising the real-time crime center, the CCTV cameras.
The cameras that have helped.
He's praising that. And he talked about how it was key in helping. You guys remember hearing about the 77-year-old man that was hit downtown, talking about that.
Yeah. And random attacks because there was a second one.
Right. And he's talking about right now is the council right now is very serious about public safety. And he said, he makes it clear, he says, in quotes, maintain these investments. That's what Bob Kettle came out, who is the public safety chair. Now, here's what's something that really stood out for me, because right now is the time that the budget is being talked about, right? And so where they're going to come up with money from budgets. And I thought the timing of Bob Kettle coming out saying, hey, we want 1,250 officers by the end of the year, and we want to maintain these investments. The public safety guy, right, Ursula? And then I was just thinking, the mayor that's in office right now is the same person that years back was all for the defund the police, right? So my question is this. This is what I want you and I to pay attention to going forward. I want to see if the mayor is on the same page with city council and wanting to make sure that they reach that number of 1,250 officers. To do that, you can't dip into any money, right? You can't public safety. So you don't want to do any of that. I just wonder if that's going to be on the same page, because right now they're going to be the budget is going to be a thing here. And as they're trying to trim in different areas, I just wonder if public safety might be one that they might try to touch. Again,
and it sounds like council members, and I know that we have conversations with council members, and I know that there are some very real concerns about a change in direction.
If there's one thing that we can all agree on, Ursula, when we first started the show, the city council then wasn't really all on that public safety.
No, it was a disaster.
It was a disaster.
Yes.
Today's city council, they are about that public safety. They are about that.
I would say majority on there.
Fair.
Majority.
The majority.
Yes.
Yeah, the majority.
Yes.
So, again, I'm going to keep my good eye on this and as we go forward, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, let's move on to a different kind of frustration, because have you had any bills recently because you've gone to the doctor or had to make a hospital trip like I have? And I ask this because healthcare costs is one of the biggest pains right now as you're being stretched here, there, and everywhere. And I'm extremely fortunate that I have a husband who also works. I have good insurance. But even with my good insurance, Gee, I was shocked. You remember when I had the infection in my leg?
Yeah.
I had to go to the doctor a bunch of times. I had to go to the ER. And because I hadn't met the deductible yet, I think my deductible went higher. And suddenly I was slapped with a close to a $2,000 bill for me to pay after insurance.
Right.
And I was thinking, man, good thing I have insurance. Good thing I have a job. But this was for a couple trips to the doctor.
Right.
And it's close to $2,000, even with insurance.
Out of pocket. Okay.
Yeah, out of pocket. So there's something new happening locally that you should be aware of, and you will want to check your next bill after you do go to the doctor.
Okay.
And many local patients are getting slapped with hundreds of dollars in hospital facility fees, even when they haven't been to the hospital. KIRO 7 TV's Madeline Audley has the story.
It started with an unusually high medical bill.
I noticed it was a little high, looked at the breakdown, and had seen, a hospital fee.
Except Brian says he hadn't gone to a hospital. He says he saw a specialist at a UW Med clinic a few miles down the road.
$190, that's like somebody's electric bill for a month at home. I had been going there for years. I wonder how many people they're actually doing this to.
Facility fees are separate charges by a hospital to cover things like operating costs and staff. That may make sense in a hospital setting, but why here?
Many patients now, when they're going just to their regular doctor for a checkup, are seeing these hospital-related facility fees. The reason that's happening is that more and more hospital systems are purchasing provider offices. They're purchasing our local oncology practices or OBGYN practices.
Consumer advocacy org Public Interest Research Group says fees can vary. $50, maybe a few hundred, in some cases over 1,000. The group wants lawmakers to ban them in outpatient settings altogether.
I've talked to patients who have told me they really think twice, even to go to their regular annual checkup, because they just don't know how much extra it will be.
And so just for your knowledge, our state bans those extra fees for audio-only telehealth visits, but hospitals and outpatient clinics can still charge those fees for in-person care and many video visits as long as the patients are notified. But, again, if you're not expecting that and suddenly get slapped with it, it's a shocker.
It is.
And again, we're not talking about pocket change. UW Medicine reported bringing in more than $14 million from facility fees last year. Evergreen Health collected more than $18 million. And again, hospitals say these fees help cover the real cost of operating medical facilities. I get it. Hospitals are also saying that some of them are pleading poverty. The other thing that I've noticed just in this new year, super aggressive about, I was getting told to pay my upfront, my appointment before I even had the appointment.
Right.
They
Wait, what?
Yes. I got
Prepay?
a text message. Yeah, it was like prepay. I was like, what, are you kidding me? It was
I'm
bizarre.
loaning you money to use your services?
It was very strange. It was like, you have an upcoming, this is what your thing is going to be. You're out of pocket. Like, what?
Well, Ursula, I was debating, but I was going to say this to you off there, but since we're talking about it, make sure you find out about HSAs. the health savings account. And then
I got one of those too.
Oh yeah, that's the business right there. You pay them little fees from the health savings account, and then that way you keep the receipt, and then later on down the road when it's time for retirement, you can pull that out right there, and it's all money come back to you. And so
that part though, that's from your accountant, or that's from your CPA.
You do this for work too. I'm teaching you guys a game. If you guys are listening right now, find out about a health savings account.
Yeah.
Health savings account is an opportunity for you to put money in pre-tax, right? So if you're a single individual, I think you get like $4,300. If you're in a family, it's like $8,200 a year that you get to put in there. So you put that in there, right? And so once you put that in there, what you put in goes against. It reduces your overall tax income for the year. So that's one. So it's like they call it the triple threat, right? So you get that. Then also while it's there, it can also get into the stock market. You can kind of build the investment that way. And then the third thing is you will be able to withdraw those things for free later on based on the receipts you kept from like out of pocket. So $500 here, $250 there, all those things. So you pay from the HSA.
Well, even my HSA, and I maxed out on that one, at least through here. And that did not, when I had to get this is too much information, but I hope it helps anybody. We're getting in the deep.
Yeah.
If you have ever had to have a dental implant, oh Lordy, I mean that's expensive. I have double dental insurance, HSA, and I still had to pay out of pocket.
Right.
A lot.
Right.
It's expensive.
I gotta tell you, a lot of times people say, "Oh, gee, you don't know what you're talking about." Let me tell you. There's games that's being played in the United States that once you learn the game, you can't unsee the game. But Ursula, I will say that some of these expenses and these little tricky things, you've been going here for a certain amount of time, then you go back like, oh yeah, that's gonna be this extra much more when you come to that appointment. You're like, man, what? That's crazy.
Can I bring up just a little medical tip? Because often you don't find out that you can save money. And I don't want to make all conversations about treatment, but if you are looking for addiction treatment, I was shocked to find this out. When I called to go into residential care, they asked if I wanted to do a financial assistance screener. And I was like, okay, sure, I guess I'll do it, but I'm sure I don't qualify. Even with my income and my wife's income, we still qualified for a 50% discount. So for some services like treatment, you actually can get a discount. And also, Washington has a plan currently where basically if you make like less than about $115,000 for a family of 4 and you get any type of care at a hospital, that'll be covered up to like 75%. You have to apply through financial assistance. They don't tell you about this stuff at the hospital, but it is worth trying to apply for financial assistance in a lot of situations.
Absolutely, and thank you for mentioning that. Lynn in West Seattle just texted in and said St. Anne Hospital charged her a $9,600 facility fee after she had polyps removed during a colonoscopy. She says, my insurance covered everything but that. I don't know what happened, but it suddenly disappeared from my account, so I'm assuming the insurance company contested it. But she ended up changing to a different gastroenterologist for her next colonoscopy, one not associated with the hospital. So great coverage by KIRO 7 TV, something to look at. And then Nikki texted in and said, MultiCare also asked for the deductible up front before you even have it happened to her too. Before you even have the appointment. Yeah. Before I even got the care, it was like, here, this is what you're going to owe. Pay up.
And I don't know this, and for those in the medical field, healthcare field, please help me better understand. Are they starting to require money up front? Because lately there's been so many. So, for example, you hear someone say, "Oh my goodness, I can't get in until August or September," and because it's so delayed out, you have a lot of people that cancel and mess things up. So, is it the way to keep that appointment is to prepay to know that you're serious about that appointment?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. I think a lot of times the hospitals are also getting more aggressive because there's so many people who are non-payment.
Yeah, that too, for sure. All right, Ursula, you trying to sneak?
I got one more.
Yeah,
I got one more.
Go ahead.
Did you hear that Woodinville is finally getting its first Trader Joe's?
Oh, now that's hard-hitting news.
Okay, I think the new location opens today. It's on Northeast Woodinville Duval Road. And it ends years of requests from all the folks who were saying until now they had to drive to Totem Lake for their, okay, these are my favorites, cookie butter, frozen orange chicken, and then the really affordable wine. Great place to buy wine is Trader Joe's if you're having a party, because it's not expensive and it's not bad. But unlike most grocery store openings, Trader Joe's tends to become full-on events. Do you remember when they opened one in Greenwood? In Seattle, and it's also the other big thing that they have that is a big social media phenomenon is the limited edition tote bags, which I don't get, but that's kind of a big deal. And my question to everybody is, why do we make such a big deal of Trader Joe's? Are we sucking up to their marketing, or is it really that good?
It's really that good. Trader Joe's has things that are just really important. They got the little things that enhance things. How about that? Enhance. So, for an example, wine. Some would say that might enhance the night or the dinner. Different cheeses for your charcuterie board. Enhance. Hot honey. Any of y'all know about the hot honey that you can get over at Trader Joe's? You put that, you get your ground turkey.
Trader Joe's mac and cheese is really good too.
Yeah, like Trader Joe's got those just little things. It's just that you can't really get any other places. It's just different. And another thing about Trader Joe's, when you buy it from there, you feel healthier. So you said macaroni and cheese, right?
Yeah.
I can get macaroni and cheese from Trader Joe's or macaroni and cheese from the other place. You feel better about your macaroni and cheese from Trader Joe's because you feel like it's healthier.
Well, and plus,
it's still cheese.
Everyone who's helping you at the checkout, they are so friendly.
Fast-moving lines.
Fast-moving lines.
Many checkers. Amazing.
Our buddy,
inexpensive flowers.
Our buddy Steve that texts in from time to time, that's my guy. He works at Trader Joe's.
Okay.
That's my guy.
Okay.
We got guys everywhere.
Yeah.
And gals.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin and Graham says, I saw the news about TJ's this morning and said out loud, so Woodinville can get a Trader Joe's, but Puyallup can't? I know.
No.
Puyallup is feeling salty.
Who said that?
Robin.
Listen, man, Puyallup needs a Trader Joe's. Matter of fact, Puyallup needs a Trader Joe's and they need a Whole Foods. Now, I heard that they follow zip codes with median income households a little higher. I didn't want to gossip. You ain't heard it from me, Miss Benita. Coming up next, Agree to Disagree.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is here with more.
24% of businesses are now thinking about leaving Washington.
Traffic.
We are definitely seeing some slowing through the S-curves.
Conversation.
We build it, we produce it, we charge for it.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
A one-hander! Are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications infections to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Hi, I'm Erica, the annuals buyer here at Sky Nursery. This May, stock up on beautiful quality annual plants, especially if mom likes flowers. I'm adding a peachy orange begonia hanging basket for the shady side of my garden. I'm also excited for my patch of Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate to grow. And I've been planting dried flowers like strawflower and gomphrena, which you can keep as a bouquet year-round. So come on into Sky and see what you can grow. It's simpler than you think. Sky Nursery, the gardener's garden store. skynursery.com.
Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Get a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need to get the job done. With fast delivery you can depend on and access to technical product experts ready to help you meet any challenge. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Held over due to popular demand. This is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Be advised, this is your opportunity to save up to 40 to 80% on a hot tub or swim spa. This weekend only, today through Sunday. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. 18-month interest-free financing. Our factories have demanded we sell 1,000 hot tubs and swim spas this weekend. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Huge factory incentives, factory rebates, this weekend only. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. We can remove your old hot tub. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Deep, deep discounts. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Free delivery of your new hot tub. Just relax and enjoy. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Today, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Free admission. Free delivery. Washington State Fairgrounds Event Center. Call 833-SPA-SALE or visit hottubandSwimSpaSale.com.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A manhunt is underway for Samuel Evans Kimball. The DOC says the 25-year-old escaped from the Monroe Minimum Security Unit late last night. At this time, authorities do not believe he's in the Monroe area. Kimball is serving time for domestic violence assault and may still be wearing gray sweatpants, a khaki jacket, and a long black do-rag. Police warn he could be dangerous. If you see him, don't approach. Call 911 immediately. His photo is up now on mynorthwest.com. President Trump is making his way back to the White House after what he says was a successful summit in China.
On Taiwan, he does not want to see a fight for independence because that would be a very strong confrontation. And I heard him out.
Washington Congressman Adam Smith says he's aligned with President Trump on Taiwan. China has warned of possible clashes if the situation is not handled properly. Smith, the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee, tells CNN the president is taking the right approach.
We don't talk about that. It is strategic ambiguity. We are not committed to the defense of Taiwan, but we're also saying that we won't. I think it's the right policy. To go one way or the other is to risk an increase of tension.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio later warned it would be a terrible mistake for China to take Taiwan by force. Meanwhile, a federal judge says a Covington man will be going back to Hawaii to face charges after he was arrested for throwing a large rock at a protected Hawaiian monk seal. KIRO News Radio's reporter, John Repp, has the story.
Right after it happened, Igor Litvinchuk reportedly told eyewitnesses he was rich enough to pay any fines. But in Seattle federal court, he said very little as a judge told him to travel back to Hawaii to face 2 federal charges connected with the rock throwing at the monk seal, which outraged animal advocate Amanda Rosbrook Doss.
It was just innocently playing with a floating log in the water, hurting no one. And, you know, it's disgusting.
He could face fines and a year behind bars if convicted. John Repp, KIRO News Radio.
If you're planning to hit the rivers this summer, there's a new danger to watch for. Recent flooding has changed river courses across the region.
So the Green, the Cedar, to some degree the Snoqualmie, there are log jams, there are new woody debris out there. So a place that may have been relatively safe last year is no longer the case.
Tony Gomez with Public Health Seattle and King County says getting pinned against submerged logs by a river current is like trying to push a car off of you. And if you see someone in trouble in the water, don't jump in after them. Reach out with a paddle or a branch. Throw something that floats, but stay on the shore. Reach, throw, don't go. Today is the 3rd annual Washington Water Safety Day. And for your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, pull up to Renton about 40 minutes right now. Renton to Bellevue, 15 minutes. Linwood to Seattle, about 36 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO News Radio app. Text app to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. And for your forecast, we're staying very cool today. Highs will only be in the 50s. Watch out for a chance of thunderstorms later today with a few sun breaks. Right now, it's about 48 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. Chris and Lake Taps texted in and said, love it. Complain about the price of groceries, but celebrate a bougie grocery store opening. I think Trader Joe's, in my opinion, is exactly the opposite of a bougie grocery store. It's really affordable.
You know what, Ursula? I'm gonna. I spend my days figuring out that people really don't want facts to get in the way of a good story. Like to call Trader Joe's bougie, like
bougie. The whole point is you can get
when you say that to me,
there.
it just lets me know, like, you don't go to Trader Joe's.
No. 888-973-5476.
But you're playing the hits.
97.3 KIRO. It is time for us to agree to disagree. Brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves. Just really go at it.
Right now, there are nearly 7 million cars in the U.S. that are driving around on our roads that have unrepaired, unfixable backup cameras that have been recalled. And while backup cameras have absolutely increased safety, there's some growing concern, especially from this Carfax report, that drivers are becoming completely dependent on them. So the recalls involve frozen screens, distorted images, lagging video, or cameras that just don't work. So think about that. Frozen screen, you see you're all clear behind you. Lagging image means you're looking at something that was behind you 3 seconds ago while you're backing up. Gee, you have a very nice cameras in your car, I'm sure, all the way around. Do you trust the backup cameras?
Not anymore.
Oh, you got rid of that?
Well, technically, somebody got rid of it for me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, got an accident in it. Yeah.
Oh, well, I was gone for that.
Yeah. So, Ursula, you know me. I'm not trusting them cameras. I drive. I like the instinct. I just feel a certain type of way, especially because if you do hit something and if the cameras lag or if there was some dirt on your cameras or something like that and you missed something, and when you hit something, then what? What you going to do? Oh, it was the camera. No, you're cooked. So I don't trust the cameras. It's almost like a headline. Some of folks trust the headline way too much. We don't do enough reading in America. So we got to read more. You can't always check the camera. You got to sometimes look for yourself. That's what it is. You know, having the camera look for you is like having some of these other folks give you your opinion. Maybe come to your own opinion.
Yeah.
See it for yourself.
Well, and someone was saying it's two-dimensional and it's hard to tell. I like to actually physically turn around and look.
Same.
I don't do well. I might have some spatial issues anyway, but I don't do well backing up and only relying on the camera. It's like even if it has the red line, the yellow line, the green line, all that stuff, I still want to look back. Yeah. I'm going to still turn around, whether I'm parallel parking, whatever. The one time I did not do it, the one time I did rely solely on my camera.
You hit a car?
I sure did.
Wow.
Really? Yes. And this wasn't that long ago. It was when I was leaving. So I live on a Seattle street, parking cars. It was early in the morning. Cars parked on either side, including one person who has a big old RV. And I realized I forgot something. And instead of going around the whole block, because we don't have, it's easier just to back up, right? Because I was halfway down the street. So I was backing up the distance of how much I had driven. And all of a sudden it was like because I was trying to make sure I didn't hit the RV on the left side of me. And in doing that, I a little overcompensated a bit. And okay, that's just the worst feeling when it's your fault.
Crunch.
Crunch. And I'm like, oh my God, of course it's my neighbor with the nicest car on the street. And so I get out, I leave a message. It was me, please tell me, I'm insured, but if it's not a lot, I'll pay you out of pocket. But, I'm sorry if that was me. I was backing up. And it was like, I kept saying, Ursula, why did you do that? Why didn't you just go around the block? But I was relying on my camera and I scraped. Thank God she took a look at it. Because I'd wiped it off, and she took a look at it. And she says, "You know what? I don't think it's enough for me to even report it. I think it was just barely a scrape. It was just the."
Oh wow!
I know.
That's lucky.
I got so lucky. So that whole story to tell you, no, I don't trust just looking at the camera.
I feel bad for the person that pulled out in front of me because I know their insurance premium is cooked.
Oh,
I know that thing hurt having to pay all that off.
I kind of wish that they would get rid of the backup cameras and just have backup sensors, right? I find it really helpful being in a car where, something all of a sudden pops out behind you and you hear the beep, beep, beep. Oh, gosh, there's something behind me that all of a sudden came into my vision.
I see, I'd like that.
But, the view on the cameras is 2D. And it's distorted, and you have, the bendy yellow lines and the green and the red, and you can't actually tell what distance those are as compared to your eyes. So, I find them completely useless for parallel parking.
Yeah.
I just want a little alert.
It's one additional tool. It should not be your only tool.
And I wouldn't say I still like having the feature now.
Yes.
I still like it's just another extra thing.
Yes.
It's interesting. I don't know the way my brain is. Just think. Cameras coming through. You don't have to eliminate the cameras. It might help you. It's just extra. Like Chief Sean Barnes talked about on the show.
Yeah, I know.
Having cameras is not the only thing. It's just extra.
Yeah, it's a tool in the toolbox.
That's it.
Stephen Goldbar says, as a garbage man, I have lots of insight on this. You should always be checking mirrors, camera, rear view, only going 3 miles per hour, and don't fixate on any one thing, like the RV. Thank you, Steve.
You know what?
It's so true.
That is so true because especially the garbage man recycle. Shout out to my boy Cornelius out there doing his job.
Another guy. Another guy.
They gotta make sure that there's little kids. Sometimes the beep 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 doesn't tell you what your little kid's too short.
People darting in and out.
Yep.
Yeah. Why is it that we don't have mirrors on cars yet where you can see the blind spot on every single car in America? Like, they put the fisheye cameras only on trucks. Like, that has got to be, like, the number one reason why people crash on highways. This is the blind spot.
You know me, I always got a good question for you guys to end this segment. And get ready, texters, 888-973-5476. You ready for this, Ursula?
What's that?
You're in your car. You're getting ready to back up and or parallel park. The radio is playing in the car. Do you turn it down or you keep it the same before you back up?
That's so funny.
Come on.
Here, are you becoming your dad? I don't turn it down.
You don't turn it down?
No.
Oh, my. Hey,
maybe that's my problem.
Turn that thing down.
And the kids in the back, hey, keep it down back there. I'm trying to park.
Now, text in now if I got you. If you're somebody, when you go to parallel park or back up the car,
all the concentration.
You turn it down a little bit. All right, text message feedback, and then we have Ursula's words to live by.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
I just can't dig it.
Dig what?
My water line.
Needs replacing?
And I don't want digging in my yard.
And maybe your driveway.
Can't dig it.
Don't dig it.
But how do you?
Apollo Plumbing replaces water lines without digging up your yard.
You're Dan.
From the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Apollo Plumbing.
Our trenchless technology replaces water and sewer lines.
Without digging up my yard?
2 little holes is all it takes.
Sounds better.
Faster, too.
And my yard?
Like we were never there.
Sounds spendy.
Not so much.
Oh?
In the end, about the same as that messy digging you don't want.
How do you figure?
Think about that landscaping you love.
Yeah?
Trenchless means you won't be paying to replace it.
Or my driveway.
We run everything underground.
Trenchless?
Do them all the time.
How about...
Easy payments?
Yeah.
With approved credit. Sure thing.
When can you get started?
We are the Ready Right Now plumbers.
Love that.
Apollo Plumbing, trenchless waterline replacement.
Sewer lines, too.
Can you dig that?
That I can.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
We meet by accident, fixing every last dent, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last dent, accurate auto body.
Spike O'Neill here for Ageless Living. Recently, my aunt had surgery, and she was home the next day. But we weren't sure if we were ready or equipped to give the kind of care that she needed, so we called Ageless Living and asked about respite care, a short-term stay that provides 24/7 expert care, Ageless Living amenities, and peace of mind for you and your family. Go to agelessliving.com/spike and schedule a visit. It can be a much-needed break for a caregiver and a chance for you and your family to get a look and a taste of what Ageless Living offers. That's agelessliving.com/spike.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor.
You visit urgent care over and over again, and it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
The Camping World Ultimate RV Show is coming to Angel of the Winds RV Resort in Seattle. Parking and admission are free. Join us May 14th to the 17th to shop special show pricing on over 200 fully staged new and used RVs. Get an exclusive first look at new models. Check out the latest gear and accessories. Bring the family to enjoy our kids zone and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show in Seattle, May 14th to the 17th. We'll see you there.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Compassion. Communication. Results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Yo, we've been doing this show for 6.5 years. We don't agree on nothing. But I tell you right now, when you talk about parallel parking and backing up in a car, and if you turn the music or the radio down, everybody texts in and, we turned it down. But I didn't know that somebody said Tesla.
Except for me. So I feel like I'm not part of the club.
You really don't turn it down?
Yeah, no, but I love parallel parking. I don't like backing up, strangely enough, like backing up.
Right.
Like what I described on my street when I hit somebody.
Yeah.
Not hit a car, scraped a car, barely. But I love parallel parking. I feel like it's a jigsaw puzzle.
I think it has to do with my dad. Watching him, my dad every time would have a cigarette in his mouth. And I'm not just saying this, so if you want to see what I'm talking about, when we're done with the show, go on YouTube and look up Cedric the Entertainer. Go look him up, and when he goes Kings of Comedy, and he's talking about parallel parking.
Yeah, that was your dad.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
The way he looks right there, that's my dad, parallel parking. All right, Ursula.
I love it.
All right, what you got?
Isaac and Everett said, that's ridiculous, G. Turning it down to park, haha, that's so dumb. Everyone knows you only turn the radio down when the weather is bad and you're looking for an address. And then there is Ernie and Kent who says, when I put my car in reverse, the radio automatically goes down. Love it. Yeah. I won't stop there.
New bathrooms coming to downtown Seattle. Amy in Redmond says, does Katie Wilson not realize her hated Starbucks is the best source of free bathrooms?
On Flex Fridays, 206 says, all you Flex Friday peeps, please be reminded that you are building muscle when you work out. Muscle weighs more than fat, so don't stress out over weight loss or even a little gain. Your body's looking good.
The supposedly coddled kids these days. 206 says, my kids earn mid-six figures incomes. They spend money with no understanding and want family to give them down payment. Co-borrow. your analysis about easy for baby boomers is
caca.
Yeah, thank you for saying it. The last two generations worked hard, but no matter how much financial help many are given, they choose not to save and live responsibly.
Future Fossil in Olympia says most parents raise their kids to survive a world that will no longer exist when the kids are adults. The best thing a parent can do is to teach their kids how to cope with change. And that's what I think is missing right now. And I think you're right.
206 says, as a young millennial, I work 55 hours a week and make $50 an hour as a garbage man. I make less than minimum wage in the 60s. We know life sucks. That's why we make jokes about, wow, we just are working to make it. Okay. Hey, guys. I just want to read that. Okay.
Yeah. Good choice, G.
Yeah.
Renee says, children should never be a parent's best friend until they fly the nest. It's about boundaries and consequences because it is, after all, about love. My daughters hated me during growing up days, but related to me later that tough love, not strictness, is what they're thankful for. Parents need to be parents, and that leads to happy, loving, and responsible adults.
Our region needs a new airport desperately. Ron says, not in my backyard.
Steve in Seattle says, put it in Laurelhurst.
All right, Steve. That's funny. 253 says, as far as an airport in Pierce County in Hawaii, H&L shares runway space with Hickman Air Force Base. Maybe it should be a partnership with McCord Air Force Base.
253 says, the airport needs to be somewhere in Thurston County. I live between Thurston, Pierce, and King County, but especially between Lacey and Lakewood. There's one highway, and there's something that messes up northbound. We're all screwed down here.
But by the way, Ernie and Kent says, that's not at all what I said. All right, Ursula, it's time for Words to Live By. What you got?
Well, this is in honor of Chef, who is back for his first full week after he has gone through and is continuing to go through his journey through recovery from alcohol addiction. And this is a quote with that. Letting people in on our struggles is how we show compassion for us. Instead of hiding out in judgment, we share our humanness and recognize it in others as well.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a good Words to Live By right there. Brother Nick, what you got, man?
Well, finally, a needed weekend's here that we can take with some plans already set in stone for many people's break. And conveniently, some Seahawks fans can plan out games to catch since their schedule release that kicks off with a bowl rematch. But hopefully majority enjoys a later night with a record 6 games in that primetime slot under the lights, plus that Christmas Day game that I'm sure is such a burden for G's holiday plans. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm confident he'll be able to survive through that inconvenience, just like parallel parking with the music blasted. You'll get through it.
Nick, you turn your music down?
Maybe sometimes.
Need that full concentration.
Hey, you gotta have that full concentration. All right, busy weekend coming up, Ursula?
I am going up to Lummi Island.
Oh, nice.
We're going there tonight.
Okay.
Hanging out with the sis and my brother-in-law. And we're going to be watching him. He's a drummer in a band, so we're going to be up there.
Now,
Ferndale area.
Do you stay at her house?
Tonight I'm not.
At the hotel?
Yep. Staying at the hotel.
See, I knew you was closer to me than I thought.
Yeah.
I can't be staying with nobody. I can't do it.
I mean, she has a gorgeous house. She has a beautiful house, but yeah, we'll stay at the hotel.
Nice. All right, have a good weekend. Chef, welcome back. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Nick, my man, appreciate you.
You too, man.
You rocking with them Tacoma Rainiers this weekend?
We got games this weekend. Fireworks night tonight, baby.
Fireworks night. You gonna play the good jams?
Oh, yeah.
I bet you can't sleep. I bet you can't sneak in any Luther Vandross today.
Maybe I'll throw one in there. We'll see.
All right, the Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Hey, you guys have a great weekend. We'll do this again on Monday. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you have as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity
No, I
Medical
don't want to
Clinic?
do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but that why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying. But I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
This is a test of your emergency alert system.
Don't wait. Insulate. Last year, American Crawl Space and Pest Services gave over $2 million in insulation rebates from PSE, more than any provider in the state. If your home was built before 1990, you're eligible for recouping up to 95% of insulation replacement costs. Insulate with American Crawl Space and keep your home warm during the winter and cool during the summer.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
If you're hurt in a car accident, call Harold Car Law Offices right away. They'll save you time and get you more money from insurance while you're able to focus on recovering. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call CAR.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Yeah, hi. I know it's late, but my water heater's leaking.
Don't worry, we can get a plumber out there fast.
Thanks.
You're welcome, and if it can be repaired, we'll take care of it. But if it's time to replace, you could save $200 on a new water heater right now. Plus, you may qualify for up to $1,000 in rebates, and we handle it start to finish.
Sweet.
Need a plumber fast? The CM Heating Plumbing Team is there when you need it most. Schedule now at cmheating.com.
There's no beating CM Heating.
CMHEA HL750LP.
Don't miss the Mariners 50-season celebration night, August 8th, presented by Daktronics. Witness the most iconic gathering of Mariners greats in franchise history as the top 50 players are unveiled at T-Mobile Park. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-213-5757. That's 800-213-5757.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. No application